Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling. 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 BoxingVoice.com.
4 division world champion Mikey Garcia.
Young boy's like fucking 39, 40 years old.
Dazn production.
2 division world champion Jesse Vargas.
Honestly, well, who has he fought?
Guerrero v. Guerrero. It's a great fight.
Tank hasn't been fighting anything.
In an all-action Mexican fight, I think he's going to light up the fans in Texas and also live on Dazn. Brilliant fighters, and a fight that can only go one way, which is one of pure excitement.
Hasn't been active. Anybody will tell you that. You know, it's not going to be an easy fight. I don't think it's an easy fight. I don't take easy fights. In fact, there were fights that I turned down because I felt they were too easy. I want to have a challenge. I want to have something that can really push me, that can really motivate me and excite me. And Jesse Vargas does that. I'm going to bounce back. I'm going to show everybody that there's much more I'm accomplished, a lot more to deliver. I want to keep growing that legacy. I want to keep giving the fans fights to remember.
Ain't no other sight in the game to see the
BoxingVoice.com.
No matter what nobody say, man, Spirit, can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Dazn Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, the kids still gotta eat.
Good morning, TBV. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another one. We're coming in hot. What's going on, man? Welcome back. Yeah, I know, a little bit late. It's about 9:15 here on the East Coast, 6:15 on the West, 8:15 in the Central Time if you're there. And we're going to be talking about one of the most exciting fighters in boxing, one of the biggest names in boxing, one of the most polarizing figures in boxing, Gervonta Tank Davis. And we're going to discuss one of the most provocative promoters. It seems like anytime Leonard Ellerbe speaks, not only do we listen, but we debate, we discuss, we argue, we get upset. So today, we're here to upset you with some more Leonard Ellerbe hot quotes. What did Ellerbe say yesterday? Well, Ellerbe said that this fight between Tank Davis and Rollie Romero, the self-proclaimed this generation's Roberto Duran, will resemble Hagler versus Hearns from the opening bell and as long as it lasts. That is what the super promoter in Leonard Ellerbe is saying and suggesting. And then, obviously, with Tank's press conference yesterday announcing his fight with Rollie Romero, microphones was in his face. Plenty of reporters had questions for the young Tank Davis, phenom. And he was asked about Teofimo Lopez in a possible fight, and he said Teofimo need to worry about selling some tickets. He can't even sell tickets. He about to fight in New York, and that place only holds, 4,000? Tell him to sell some tickets, then holla at me. Bum ass. Yeah, called him a bum. Told him to sell some tickets. Now, the reason I chose this topic is because, I'm in a lot of groups, Discord, Skype, iPhone, Facebook, all these weird boxing groups, where we talk boxing every single day. And in those groups, one of my good friends, Ignorant Boxing, he said, this is what boxing fans, this is what we argue about these days. This is how we decide who's a better fighter, is how many tickets they can sell. And let me just get my phone here and go to the Discord and really pull up what he said when he started this whole thing, because he put the picture out, right? Where we at? No, actually he dropped the video, because there's a video of what Tank says, actually. So let's get to that as well, because that's very important. And you'll get a better understanding.
Teofimo need to worry about selling some tickets. He can't even sell tickets. And he about to fight in New York. And now only hold, 4,000? Tell him to sell some tickets, then holler at me. Bum ass nigga.
Tank, how annoyed.
Called him a bum ass. You heard the rest. So, Ignorant Boxing, who, we appreciate in our community around here, he says, yeah, that's what boxing fans care about. And then he says, is Rollie a ticket seller? Is Barrios a ticket seller? And I get what he's saying. It's like, look, it's a double standard. Teo needs to be a ticket seller, but Rollie and Barrios can get the fight for not being ticket sellers, but for being less of a skill set, less of a challenge for Tank. So let's ask that question, right? We'll do a few polls. As fans, do we care if fighters sell tickets, right? I mean, I'm going to be honest. See, I'm more than a regular boxing fan, you know what I mean? I'm looking for the betterment of the sport, the longevity of it. I, unlike most of you, don't watch any other sports. So I'm genuinely looking for the next guy. So as a boxing fan, do I care if a fighter sells tickets? My answer is yes, because I'm looking for the next Oscar. I'm looking for the next Floyd. I'm looking for the next Evander and Tyson. I'm looking for the next guy to carry the sport, Seems like it's Jake Paul these days. Came out of nowhere, but I'm looking for the next guy to carry the sport. And obviously, being a draw gets you the fight. Being a draw gets you the fight. We got to admit that. Hatton got a shot at Floyd and Pacquiao because of what he brought to the table. And he brought thousands of ticket sales and thousands of revenue and economics because of the 30,000 people that came here to watch him fight. So you have to value a ticket seller. While you don't want to, the truth is, if you educated your favorite fighter a little bit more, if you stop letting them talk crazy about not needing to sell tickets and just fight, maybe he'd get the big fights that he wants. You can't just sit around here and think you're going to win and that's all you have to do. Well, it's not. It's absolutely not all you need to do. There's a lot more that goes into being a boxing superstar than just selling tickets or than just winning. It's so much more than just winning. So, I just hope that these guys take heed. They see that Tank is living that lavish life, the life of an A-side, where he gets to pick and choose, where he gets to do as he pleases because he can sell those tickets, because he generates interest. So rather than hating on him, maybe you need to try to be more like him so that your boxing career can be a little bit smoother, so that you can pick and choose and decide who and what is best for you. Obviously Tank was thrusted into the deep water. He and Mayweather didn't always get along. You might not have been watching boxing long enough to remember that. But him and Mayweather didn't always get along. He felt Mayweather himself was throwing him to the wolves when they gave him the Pedraza fight. But he rose to the occasion. He rose to the occasion. And by doing so, it's like the 300, man. When they sent Leonidas into the forest, and it was kill or be killed. You either die or you come back with the what was it, a panther or a lion's mane? You know what I mean? You got to come back. If not, you ain't the king. We ain't following you. So, I don't know, man. You got to sell some tickets. You got to be a draw. People have to have interest in you. If there's no interest, there's no fight. Look at Rigondeaux. All the skill in the world. All the skill in the world. Couldn't get the fights he wanted. Had to jump 2 weight divisions to get a big fight. Blackballed by networks. Tickets are important. The more you lie as a boxing fan and put these comments, oh, they ducking you, champ. How many tickets did Barrios sell, champ? They ducking you. How many tickets did Rollie sell, champ? They ducking you. Nah. Them dudes is in the position they in because they the B-side. I'm sure Tio, I'm sure Ryan, I'm sure Devin are not going to be comfortable taking the same positions that Barrios and Rollie took. And think about what I'm saying when I say that. Don't just think that I'm saying they ain't going to be comfortable just getting in the fight. No, taking the same position. Do you think Rollie or Barrios got a split of ticket sales or a split of concessions? Did they get a split of the pay-per-view? I'm not saying they did or they didn't. I'm asking you those questions. Do you feel that those men merited that? And if you feel that they did or they didn't, now ask yourself, does Tio deserve that? Does Tio deserve a split of the tickets, a split of the concessions, a split of the pay-per-view revenue? And if your answer is yes, then you know why that fight hasn't happened. Because he's going to want a split of what he doesn't generate. You understand? You understand? How do you want a split of what you don't generate? If I'm successfully selling 20,000 tickets with Barrios and with Rollie and with Leo and whoever the hell I fight, well then, what do I need to give you a piece of my pie for? What are you bringing to the table? Are you making this a bigger fight, or are you simply thinking it's a bigger fight because you and I are a good fight? And I think education is important, This show eventually will be the curriculum for boxing coming up. Boxers need to listen to this show for 10,000 hours before they could be boxers, because you need to understand about this business. It's not just about winning. Get out of here with that. That's a weird way of thinking. It's never even been an old way of thinking. Ticket sellers were always draws. Very simple. You could call it duck tactics all you want, but the most famous boxers were also the most paid boxers. I mean, show me a guy who didn't sell tickets and somehow was a draw. Somehow was garnering big paychecks. Because even Crawford sells tickets if you put him where he needs to be. But can you say that about your favorite fighter? Does he have a location that he can go? And if he has one, does he have another? But anyway, getting back into what Ellerbe believes Tank versus Rollie could be, which is fight of the year. Now, what is fight of the year? What is fight of the year? Because for me, I never enjoyed giving anyone that title of fight of the year. If you listen to my audio throughout the years, it's like these guys that pick these titles and give these people these awards. Oh, fight of the year. Fight of the year. And it's usually two dudes that are beating each other up. It's never, fight of the year is never a Rigo fight. It's never an outclassing. It's always two blood and guts. You hit me, I hit you, and it was a war, so that's fight of the year. And I don't know that is. I don't know that a dude needs to be hit to be considered or be in a fight of the year. You know? Like, why? Why do I have to take shots? Why wouldn't the fight of the year just be me beating the shit out of someone and outclassing him? Why do I have to get hit in a back and forth affair for a fight to be fight of the year? And, you know, we can't expect Tank to get hit. Rollie said it best. He's gotten hit by smaller people. So I do expect Tank to get hit. But I do feel like Tank gets hit by design as well. Like sometimes he probably just, you know, sometimes he's just setting you up. Setting you up. Absolutely, Brandon. Grammar Police. He's 10,000 hours equals 416 full calendar days. Yeah, it's about a year and some change. You got to do what you got to do. Put it in. Put the time in this business. Ito, I can emphasize praise. I never said Fury Wilder was fight of the year. That was the hoopla that the media was running with. They were running with trilogy of boxing. The best trilogy in boxing is what they were saying. I didn't even hear fight of the year. I heard the best trilogy in boxing, or one of the greatest trilogies ever. That's what I was hearing in the media. You know, I don't remember myself saying that it was fight of the year. You know, I don't remember that. But if you say I did, then you're just a liar. How about that? You thought I was going to say something else? Well, no. I said no. We got Izzy coming in with the first super chat of the day. Buenos dias, Izzy. Thank you for the love. We appreciate you all the way in Oklahoma. Shout out, shout out. It's related to activity regardless of their marketing, i.e. Canelo. He's giving us 3 fights a year. Teo, young, and marketable, but fighting 1 time per 18 months. I mean, look, Teo is in a, you know, unique situation. We got to let him get past the whole Kambosos fight, man. But for those that don't like the Rollie fight, Rollie is part of the WBA mandation. This isn't necessarily Mayweather doing in-house. Yes, it looks that way. Yes, it is perceived that way. But technically, the WBA ordered the interim and the regular to fight. So, when you think about it from that angle and you compare it to Kambosos, who's the better opponent? I'm going to say they're both very great B-sides. Kambosos brings a certain level of like toughness. You know, he gives you that feeling that he's going to die trying. You know that. And then Rollie tells you he's going to do what he's going to do. So, you know, they're both decent B-sides, but obviously Kambosos is no Rollie. And that's why that fight couldn't be on pay-per-view. As much as they tried, it's not on pay-per-view. I'm sure we won't get no rescheduled dates, no pushbacks for Tank. I'm sure. I'm sure this fight is happening. And it's in Vegas now. Again, further proven the Tank, whether you guys want to believe it or not, you know, whether you hate on the young man or not, further proven that he's a star. They didn't go to Atlanta again, you know, because there are some haters out there. Oh, he can only do that in Atlanta. Because that's what everybody runs to. The minute someone becomes a draw, Ward, oh, he can only do it in Oakland. Crawford, oh, he can only do it in Nebraska. And now Tank, he could only do it in Atlanta. So they're going actually to the Staples Center with this one. And I believe they were there with Leo. No, that was San Antonio with Leo at the Animal Dome. State Farm in Atlanta with Gamboa. Ricardo Nunez was in the Royal Farms Arena in Baltimore. Hugo Ruiz was in Carson, California. And Cuellar was in New York. So, I mean, they really, really are moving this man around the world. You know, he did Brooklyn with Pedraza, won his title. Went to the United Kingdom, beat Liam Walsh. Went to Vegas for Fonseca. And then Ryan fought his leftovers. Then went to Brooklyn for Cuellar. LA for Ruiz. Hometown for Nunez. Newmarket for Gamboa. Texas for Leo. Back to his second home in Atlanta for Barrios. Now he's going back to LA. That's actually impressive. And you know, the fact that people aren't writing about that is strange, because if you lived through that Gennady Golovkin era, well, then you know that they made a big fuss about Gennady selling tickets in multiple regions. You remember those headlines. There were so many of them. The world was so proud of Gennady being this Kazakhstanian, being able to sell out in multiple markets here in America. So I'm a little shocked that after reading that off, that is very impressive that that man is able to go to all those places that are not his hometown, still garner attention, and, sell tickets, Yeah, yes, it is two countries for the little weirdos, but, I mean, we got 50 states here, right? So it's like this country is so big that those different markets that he jumped around in, I mean, he went and A-sided in a Texas market. That's impressive. That's impressive. Yeah, Ronald Finkley, I'm sure I can write articles if I tried. Not my thing, but we do have theboxingvoice.com for anyone that feels like they need to express themselves in written form. Our platform is there. We don't just publish anything, obviously. You can submit it, and it will be, reviewed. If we approve it, it'll be edited and uploaded. But I'm not a writer. I'm a talker for myself and others. I say a big verse, I'm only bigging up my brother. Yo, let me go out to these super chatties coming in. Show Kid, CT, what it do? Border Wars, December 11th is going down. Don't miss Show Kid. He teamed up with Doomy. They training hardcore now. It's a new him. He went from southpaw to orthodox, and he believes he's going to take out the lineal champion Jose, who's flying all the way from Canada. They signed, sealed, delivered. Those contracts are signed. Fighter fees paid. Dudes is training. Catch Show Kid December 11th right here on youtube.com/theboxingvoice. Or if you want to be in the building live, join us right here in Florida in Plant City and get yourself a ticket to Border Wars 13. Get in the ring and swing. I'm going to go ahead and post this link in the live chat in case you want to purchase tickets to come hang on out, man. Even if you're not fighting, just want to watch, come hang out and be with the crew. You know what I'm saying? Loving the crew. That being said, we're going to Show Kid Super Chat that says, fighters want the most money for the lowest risk. It's a business. I don't blame them, but don't try to convince me Tank versus Tio or Devin ain't a big fight. Well, Devin is different. Devin is actually main evented 2 times. That's why I be out here beating the drum for Devin. People don't want to see his value, and that's why it looks like I'm biased, because I'm forced to continuously bring up his value. But there's the clear difference in your super chat. Tio, we're not sure it's a big fight. It can do good numbers, maybe, because he did, 4 million on ESPN? But he's never been on pay-per-view. There's no data to support that. So he's never main evented either, right? Like, other than Loma fight, did he main event that I'm missing here? Maybe Ron Comey. right? That should have probably could have been, coulda, woulda, maybe. Was that a main event? Co-main? I don't know. The best dad ever says Tank gonna make Rollie quit. Then he gonna whoop Teofimo a ass. Then I'm accepting all bets. Put your money where your mouth is. Oh, then he's gonna whoop Teofimo ass. That was funny. You guys get so creative with this stuff. Jaguar Paul says Tank been bum bashing longer than Elton John. Rainbow emoji, thumb down emoji. I mean, you know, people say that, right? But remember that I taught you the 2 big fight rule, right? There's not many fighters out here that have 2 big names on their resume. So, Tank, big name. Pedraza? Nah. Leo? Yup. Tio, big name. Comey? Nah. Vasil? Okay, even though Vasil never been on fucking pay-per-view. I don't know. Who's next? Devin. Big name? Not really. Not yet. And the Lucas warm name would be Linares, right? So, Ryan, big name? Lukewarm name? No lukewarm name. No lukewarm name. Fuck that he got Luke Campbell on his resume. No lukewarm name. Earl, big name? Mikey? Sean Porter? Keith, big name? Danny? Porter? Joshua, big name. Vlad? I don't know. I guess I'm being biased. Usyk, right? I guess you guys think Usyk's a big name. I don't know. I mean, he's definitely an international name. But who really out here popping with these big names that y'all think is so big and bad? Crawford? What's his big name? Jeff Horn? Maybe because he was coming off a controversial win over Pacquiao? Like, what's his big name? What's Boots' big name? What's Virgil's big name? Like, and then you got those unicorns. You know, the dudes you really be hating on that got more than one big name. Like Canelo. What's his big name? Damn. Got a shitload. You know? So, when you say that people bum bashing, I mean, the truth is there's very few people out here in boxing with 2 big names. And I forgot Pacquiao. You're right, twin. At least Thurman fought Pacquiao. Like, very, very, very few people out here with big names, man. Very. You know, on their resume. You know, like, again, Wilder. Fury? Luis Ortiz? I don't think so. You understand? Andy? AJ? Joseph Parker? I don't think so. Joseph Parker. What's his big win? None. Maybe now, Andy, in retrospect, that win gets better value. So that's one big win. You understand? Like, go through these dudes, man. They got one good win and a bunch of decent ones. It's very rare. These dudes, like, out here getting great wins over great. Like, Loma, again, you know. That's why he went down with the name he got, right? Like, good win, Gary Russell. You know? Good win. I think that's the biggest name, and Gary Russell ain't even a big name. Who the fuck did Vasil beat that I'm missing? I know maybe his is just doing it in short time, but he wanted Tank. Remember, people were calling Tank a duck because Mayweather was saying Tank young and he don't need to rush. He needed the big name. That's why he wanted Tank. Not a lot of big names, man. Not a lot of big names. It's hard to find 2 big names on your favorite fighter's resume. Absolutely, Diallo. Yes, it do. Big name, whether you want to use the word popularity or not, it does mean the best fighter or the better fighter or the good fighter. You ain't a big name without being good. No matter what you think about Tank, everybody say the same thing. He good. Don't matter what you think of his resume. They think he good. Same thing about Teo. No matter what you think, they think he good. Same thing about Devin. They think he good. So, nah. Big name means good win. You know, somebody beats Devin, that's a big name, good win. You know? That's just how it works. Some people are unproven, yeah. You know, somebody could beat Ryan right now, and it's like, yo, is that a good name? Because he didn't have a good resume, you know? But let's be real. Would you rather be the first person to beat Ryan and get credit for that? Or, you know, wait for someone else to beat him because you think he ain't beat nobody, so it ain't going to be a big name on your resume. Stop it. We all know what it is, man. Again, we just like to pull the wool over our own eyes for our favorite fighters. Yo, Intrigue, get the fuck out your bag, bro. I said big names, man. My man said Thurman got Manny, Danny, Porter, Guerrero, Diego, Chavez. Yo, bruh, keep those 2 last names off my man Thurman's, you know, greatest hits resume. Stop it. We got my G that says, Tank gets hit by Dazn a la Triple G. I guess you can when you facing lower opposition. 4 ducks emoji. Oh, yeah? Okay. And Triple G has exactly how many big wins? Oh, yeah, Daniel Jacobs. You see what I'm saying here? Even your favorite fighter don't got 2 big wins, man. What's Charlo's 2 big wins? Jamal. Austin? What was the other big win? I mean, what you going to say? Oh, Ness, Williams, in retrospect, you know, Charlo beat him when he was his mandatory. Then he went on to be a unified champ. And what's happened since then? So, do you really upvalue Williams as a win on Charlo's and say that was a great win or a good win because he went on to be unified? Or do you factor in that he went on to be unified and lose those titles and chose not to defend, lose those titles? Never defended, chose not to rematch. You just got to factor everything in. And I'm not bashing anyone. I'm just saying all your favorite fighters barely have big names. All right, let's see. Someone's combating me. He's saying, your logic on big names suggests a fighter is good. Fighter, Mickey Ward was a big name at one point, but he was never elite. Yeah, no, but you know, if you listen to this show, I'm in agreement with you. Mickey Ward and Arturo Gatti were C-level fighters that made a career off each other, and they go down in history for that. That's what happens when you do, you know, some good fights. But that, again, we go back to the title, Fight of the Year. That's what Boxing America considers Fight of the Year. 2 dudes beating the shit out of each other. Not me. Not me. Fight of the Year was Mayweather-Pacquiao, and outclassing 2 elite level fighters and one showing he's on the 40th floor, leaving your ass on the first. You understand? No need for a knockout, barely clinching, just me outclassing you. Same thing, Mayweather-Canelo. You know, you don't need a bunch of fake blood and guts, which I like to believe is blood and guts. I don't got no guts because I let you punch me in my face. The fuck? I just want to see myself bleed. No, sir. I'd rather not get hit. But when we talk about Mayweather, damn, do he got some big names or what? Pacquiao, big name. Know what I'm saying? Corrales, big name. Castillo, big name. You know, he got a lot of big names. But that's just 3, so you can see what elite looks like. But I know all of y'all are trying right now. You're like, damn, nah, you crazy. Rigo was the truth. Wait, damn, he only beat Donaire. Fuck. Well, fuck it. Loma was the truth. Damn, he only beat Gary Russell. Fuck. So who's really the truth? What about Vlad? Who he beat, motherfucker? He beat Hay. I ain't using box right neither. He beat Hay. Before he got terminated by Fury, he beat Hay, Chisora. But I would say Hay was a big name. He was unified cruiserweight, undisputed, moved up, won the world heavyweight title. He was a threat. Hay had me fooled. Motherfucker fooled me. That was the first dude catfished me in boxing, bro. Had me thinking he was a straight killer, walking around with Vladimir Klitschko decapitated head shirts and none of that shit translated into the ring. But who else did Vlad beat? I know he beat Mahmoud Char many moons ago, before Char was even popular. And but none of them names I'm gonna say is good. I'm gonna need BoxRec for his shit to see who's his other great name or big name, whatever we want to categorize it under. I can't remember. But that just goes to show you that I'm telling you the truth. Not very many. Like, look at Tio. You know, it's like I said, you ain't gonna lie to yourself. You gotta be moonshine to say Comey was a big name. You can only give him credit for Vasil. You know, 90% of our favorite fighters got one big win. Shakur, crickets. Valdez, Burchell, biggest win just happened. You understand? I'm not making this shit up. Whether y'all believe my logic or not, it's still fucking true. Who's your favorite fighter? Regis? What's his biggest win? Ivan Branchak? I'm just saying, man, I could kill you all night. I could hurt your fucking feelings all day. You understand? You got to be great to be in that Mayweather and Canelo category where you got more than two big names on your resume. I just want you to go ahead, think about it, and then type it in the chat. Say, yo, Ness, but what about this dude? Show me. Show me who out here with two big wins or more. They ain't got him. What's Josh Teller's biggest win? Regis and Ramirez, are those two big wins? Will we consider both of those guys two big wins? And if so, rightfully so then, because he's undisputed. I actually can't debate with Regis and Ramirez being two big wins for Josh Teller, now that I'm thinking about it. You know, Ramirez, he sells out like a mojo out there in Fresno, and then he unified. You know, you got to be considering him a big name, Mexican, trained by Robert. That's got to add to your popularity score. And then Regis, you know, went through the tournament, got it out the mud. He was the Hagler of the story. While Ramirez is kind of like the darling of the Leonard, because he was Mexican and he got it all given to him by Top Rank, right? Got the big $4 million unification. So maybe, just maybe, we found ourselves another one in this day and age right now with Canelo, who has two wins. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to make that a poll. Do you agree that Regis and Ramirez are two big wins for Josh Teller and he should be considered, you know, elite? He should be up there with the dudes that there's very few of them. There's just very, 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 very. I mean, Mosley, he done it. But did he win two big wins? Damn, I got to think about that. He lost to Forrest twice, right? He beat, who he beat? Oh, he beat Oscar, but then one of those are tainted. But that's one big win. Then the Margarito, that's two big wins. We ain't gonna fuck with Shane. He legendary. He did it. Who else? I'm telling you, it's a game right here. This is a game. There's not a lot of dudes out here with two big wins, man. B-Hop got him. Even later in his career, he got it, right? Who he beat? Tavares Cloud. I don't think that was a big name. But obviously he beat Oscar and Trinidad. He been in the two big win category long time ago. But has your favorite fighter really beat two big wins? Like Laura. Does he really got two big wins? Which are they? Who'd he beat? I might need BoxRec for Laura ass. Who'd he beat? He lost to Canelo. He beat Vanez. Did he beat Trout? I think he beat Trout too. What's his biggest win? That's what I'm saying, dog. And look, and Laura made his ass, he made a career. Can't nobody say Laura ain't got that money. And he got a beautiful life. Let's just be real. But he got 2 big wins. Now, he got robbed for the Paul Williams fight. That should have been a win. But it ain't on paper. It ain't on paper. But that should have been a win. Laura's biggest wins. Oof. Damn, Laura. Even Laura, as good as we thought he was, look at that. Remember when he was coming up, we thought people was ducking him. He literally don't got 2 big wins. He literally don't got 2 big wins. Even if we motherfucking cheat and say, yo, Ness, you know he beat Williams. You know he beat... Cool, he got 1. He got 1. Where's his next big win? What's that name? Even if you give him credit for Paul Williams, what is it, Ronald Hearns? Nah, it's the great Freddie Hernandez. How about the first ballot Hall of Famer, Vanez Martirosyan? Matter of fact, could it be Austin Trout? He fought Austin Trout off of 1 loss. Damn, so he got him second before Jamel? I ain't even know that. I forgot that. Well, there you go. Technically, though, on paper, he's only got 1. He beat Trout, but the Paul Williams fight, he didn't get the win. But again, if we're going to be hardcores, because we know we hardcores, we know what we saw, we know he really beat Williams, then Laura gets in to that 2-win elite class with an asterisk next to his name, though. It's got to be explained that he didn't really get the win on paper versus Paul. So even he, as great as he is, as good as people thought he was all these fucking years, barely has 2 big wins. Barely. Give me a name. I want to see in the chat, man. Give me a name. Who's got the big wins? Give me a name. We're going out to the super chats. We last stopped off at Majimbe. And we got Steve says, Ness, let's put it like this. Tio, Loma, and even Haney don't sell like Tank. Only Ryan would be the mega fight. Hashtag, stop the hate. I don't know about Ryan, man. He sold 7,000. Haney did 5. And then Haney took MGM Harbor and sold it out short notice when Usyk pulled out. And that was supposed to be a Ukrainian card. So it went from one demographic to the other. So I believe in Haney's drawing power. I don't know. Alex Jones, the good morning emoji. Shout out to you. Big Matthew, Tank out here dressed as Ash Ketchum from Pokemon. Let me Google that. I don't watch. You guys are on that Pokemon shit. I ain't do that. I was out poking your moms. You heard me? You out here playing Pokemon. I'm out there poking your mom, nigga. What you talking about? Yo, oh shit, he was dressed like him. Y'all funny. I never seen this. Y'all, man, who the hell had time for this? Y'all tripping, man. Oh my goodness, look at this. The one with the vest right here, this was Tank. Y'all silly. Let's see what else we got, man. You know the number to call, and we about to open up these phone lines. Let you get your piece. Speak your piece. 1-425-569-5241. There you go. Good one. Good one, Izzy. Joe Kawasaki. He got Roy Jones, and he got motherfucking Bernard. That's 2 big wins, And you can throw in that he stopped the hype on Jeff Lacy. Not to say that that's a big win, Jeff Lacy, but it could be debated that Jeff Lacy's a big win. Kawasaki bust the bubble. Like, people thought he was the next up. Like, he was, Like, it's like right now, like Jamel, if he bursts Stevenson bubbles, like, do we say that's not a big win because he showed the world that we were wrong about him? Or do we give him the credit and say that's a big win because he proved it was hype? I don't, that's what happened with Jeff Lacy. Lacy was big. He was that dude. And Kawasaki, he did his numbers on him. So, I mean, Kawasaki, that's another dude. But look, we going into historical names. That's what I'm saying. That's why when we say, oh, he bum bashing, like, shut your dumb ass up. You don't know about boxing. 99% of fighters only had one big fight on their resume. But I love being a dude to teach you, man. I love that shit. We going to school here. I'm telling you, one day in the future, TBV will be part of the curriculum for boxing. You must know what the hell's going on before you get into the sport, man. But let me open up these phone lines. Let's go.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by Big Rigs Trucking Agency, experts for all your insurance and trucking needs. For quotes and consultations, visit us at brtagency.com or contact us at 908-943-6918.
So it looks like Rollie regretted wearing the fur coat. His tweet says, I really fucked up by wearing the fur coat. I thought it was inside. Laughing out loud emoji. So I don't think you messed up, champ. You see, you should never go back on it. You're so cool, you needed a coat, man. Don't let these dudes change you. You.
Any of you radio personalities think you want smoke? Call me Mr. Chimney. I want smoke.
Let's go. We going out to Steve in Chicago. What's going on?
Are you with me?
My town up in K-Town.
Hey, Daddy, this a dollar beat.
I drink soda, I eat pizza. I hang out with chicks all day. These fighters still can't beat me. They fighting every day, they in the gym every day. Just give me 6 weeks, and I got it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Good morning, Ness. How's the audio?
All good. What's going on, brother?
All right, good. Here's my take on this. As fan, no, I don't care about ticket sales. I just want to see the fights. So I don't really care, but I'm not ignorant to the fact that it matters as far as making the fights, right? Like, they can't make fights if they don't sell tickets. Like, that's just like common sense, right? So, and my point with you with that super chat was, if he did a pay-per-view with Loma, Teo, or Haney, it's going to do the same numbers as he's going to do with Rollie. That's what I believe. Only with Ryan, he would surpass and maybe double the numbers. So that's how I see it.
I think you're wrong.
And I'm just looking at we can disagree. That's what I believe.
All right.
That's basically my point on this topic for today.
All right.
I think he does.
But this is what you're not factoring in. A fight with Ryan can never be bigger than a fight with Teo. Even though Ryan is the bigger star in your eyes, Teo is the bigger threat, the biggest threat. We think Haney has the skill to outbox Tank, but we think Teo can stop Tank. Not saying we think that's the only outcome. No, I'm saying the general consensus amongst boxing fans is that if these two fight, they each have the power to knock each other out. That's not the case with Devin versus Tank. That's not the case even with Ryan. People are not going to be picking Ryan to beat Tank. They're just not. They already think he can't beat nobody. They already call him the weakest link. Like, you think he's going to sell tickets just because he got followers? No. It'll be the same element, and this is just my belief. But I'm using Canelo and Gennady. Gennady did poor pay-per-view sales with David Lemieux and Daniel Jacobs. But when he got in there with Canelo, it was different because people believed he can beat Canelo. It was the whole give me my belt, Mexican style, this, that, and the third, you ducking me. People it was shirts said Mexicans for Golovkin. Like people believed he could beat Canelo, and that's what you need. That element is always what's going to drive the fight to be as big as it is because someone thinks you can be beat. That's my thoughts. I mean, I could be wrong. Ra, DMV, what up?
Yo, what up, fam? Yeah, you know, your boy Rollie out here playing games, and nobody playing with him, yo. Straight like that. Nobody playing with him. You know what I mean? But as far as the ticket sales go, not me personally, I'm not a money dude. That's why I don't like when Floyd be popping all that. Oh, who sell ticket sales and all this kind of shit. I want to see competition. You feel what I'm saying? I want to see the best fighting the best. I don't care about, you know, who so much, this, and that, and the third. You feel what I'm saying? I feel that Tank is the best at 135. You know what I mean? But if he not fighting the best, I don't know how good he is. You know what I mean? So it's like, nah, I don't care about the sales. And as far as the ass catching was funny, but Tank was wearing the old motorcycle vest that came out, and then it went to gangs. First it went to after the motorcycle, you know what I mean? Gangs in the Bronx started wearing that, you know what I mean? And then gangs in Chicago and all that started emulating them. But yeah, as far as the Tank was wearing that vest is the old motorcycle joints. You know what I mean? But that was funny though, the Pokemon joint. But that's my call, fam. And I hope we just get, you know what I mean, the best fighting the best. Fuck the money. You know what I mean? Bring the art form back to the art form. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get up with you though, brother. You have a great weekend. Peace.
All right. Hey, don't forget to join us. We'll be right here. We're going live at 1:15. We'll be doing a watch-along for the live weigh-in with Shakur Stevenson and Jamel Herring, as the WBO title will be on the line tomorrow on ESPN. And then at 7 p.m. tonight, we'll be right here doing a live fight chat for the big fight with Oscar Rivas versus Ryan Rozecki for the inaugural WBC Bridgerweight title. So 7 p.m. today, Friday, October 22nd, we will be live. And at 1:15 p.m. today, we will be live for a weigh-in watch-along. If you want to join us, you already know where you need to be right here. If you haven't already subscribed, do so that you get that notification every time we go live, because today we plan to go live 4-5 times, and you don't want to miss any of them. Let me go on out to Big Gucci. Nick, what is up?
Yo, what up, Ness? Everybody listening, please hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button too, man. Hey, Ness, that press conference between Rollie and Tank, man, I love that shit. I knew it was going to be funny as hell, everything with the coat and shit. And I didn't realize that Tank kind of looked like Ash Ketchum a little bit until somebody said so. But initially, man, when I first saw that, I'm like, oh, shit, Tank's actually fly as fuck. I like his outfit. And then he started roasting on Rollie a little bit. Man, I knew that was going to be funny. Can't wait for the next one. But it's going to be a fun fight. I'm actually looking forward to that. I don't think Rollie's a bum. I think he's one of the up-and-comers. So yeah, man. I got Tank on this one for sure. But that's my call.
All right, brother. Majimbe.
Yo, good morning.
Buenos dias.
So, I have a couple fighters here that have 2 good wins. Sergio Martinez.
Paul Williams, and who else? And Pavlik? Yeah. Okay. Good wins, yeah.
Andre Ward, Kovalev, Froch, Chad Dawson.
Yep.
Chocolatico, Estrada, Cuadras, Valoria. And there's another
Brian
guy
Valoria, the Hawaiian Punch?
Yeah.
Man, chill, bro. When he fought,
it was a big fight.
That wasn't a big
though.
fight. That was a free fight for HBO. They was introducing us to Chocolatito. Stop it, man. Brian Valoria had already he had losses and everything already. But go ahead, it's all good. My bad.
Yeah, and he also had Akira Yagashi, but you're not gonna know him. You know what I'm saying? But and then I got Mel, man. I think Rosario, Lubin, Trout.
Rosario. is not a big name. Rosario is not a big name.
It was pay-per-view, Ness.
He's not a big name, bro. Rosario is not, and Rosario's in the same Julian Williams story. He beat, never defended. Like
that's true. That's true.
You know what I mean? But Lubin, even with the knockout loss, he still remains a name. I don't know that you can be considered a big name amongst us as hardcores without a fucking world title.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I do believe that Mel's pound for pound, in my opinion. And those names,
who he
beat
again? Who he beat?
Rosario, Lubin, Trout, and if you want, you could throw in Harrison in there.
Yo, I told y'all this game would be fun. So Harrison's a big name.
All right, never mind, bro. Take out Mel then. Fuck. Yeah, I guess you're right. You're right. It's hard. It's hard.
It's a fucking hard game to play, man. You got to go to legends. Go start saying the legends. Tyson, Julio Cesar Chavez, Oscar, the real dudes that put it down for the sport. That's who the fuck got multiple big wins. These new dudes, they barely getting it, man. They barely getting one. They barely
it's a
getting
hard
one.
But here that's my point though. Listen, and I'm with you. I voted that being a big ticket seller shouldn't matter, but it does. It does. At the end of the day, it does. I'm not. Listen, I'm a hardcore, so I'm gonna say, nah, it doesn't matter to me. But the thing is that it allows for bigger fights. If you're a big ticket seller, yeah, you could bounce around and do your thing. That it makes it bad for us because sometimes we don't get the fights that we want. Like with Tank right now, I mean, he pretty much ducked the whole 135 and left. So. But you need to be a big ticket seller.
He's fighting at 135 right now. He's fighting at 135 right now.
Who's he fighting?
The interim champ. He was mandated by the WBA. He respecting the rules
the guy
of
that
the
lost
sport.
to Martinez, that robbed Martinez.
And that's why we want Tank to beat him because he robbed Martinez, so we want Tank to knock him out.
No, don't get me wrong. I hate Rollie, bro. Even talking about that, man, I hate that dude. But I don't know, man. You're right, though. You're right. These guys need to understand that they need to be big ticket sellers. They need to do more. They need to get out in the limelight. They need to be seen with people. You gotta sell. You gotta sell, and that's it, man. Ness, keep it going, brother. Great show.
Yo, this is our poll question: is Tony Harrison considered a big win for Charlo? Yes or no answer? I should have gave y'all more answer. I should have put, yes, he's a big win. No, it's a great win, but he ain't a big name because it's a difference, man. And without the multiple choice, I don't think that people are going to know the difference. They'll just put yes and no. I think I do have to give the choices, but they're basically saying no. I'm telling you, bro. Listen, 2 big wins, talk to B-Hop. With Trinidad, I said that already. 2 big wins, talk to, man, it's hard, man. It's only big names, bro. It's only real big names. I'm telling you. I can't. Who else comes to mind? And Vitali was considered this dog. Let me Google this guy. He was considered the biggest threat in the heavyweight division. He only had 1 belt. Who he fought? Did he have 2 big wins? They had him as some animal back then. He was like considered the better brother and everything. Oh shit! I put the wrong. I put Vitaly Vladimir. I meant to put Klitschko. Let me see who's next. Davidian in Buffalo Falls. What up? No Davidian. We going to J-Mac. What up? Are you available?
So you hating?
I'm that guy. What you want to bet on? Bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million. You getting that money, right? Easy. You bet $1 million easy. And I For the bread. When I him, y'all gonna say he was too weak on my life.
Okay, bow down, bitches. I'm about to handle business. I'ma teach you all a lesson. This'll only take a minute. Got a part in all this passion in my blood. Niggas hating just because. Think about it. Everybody love Bud. J-Mac, where you at? Where you at? All these niggas hating on me. Shit is whack. Shit is whack. So official with it. Go and check the stats. Hey, I'm out here trying to get it. I only got a minute.
FYI, I see Vitaly's wins.
Yo.
Hey, give me the same argument you was giving Steve about biggest fights for Tank with Devin Haney and the other fighters.
Well, Steve's argument was that he believes Ryan versus Tank is the biggest fight. And I said I believe it's.
You said.
I believe Teo.
You also said something about. You said Devin ain't gonna give you a knockout. You only think what you call him is appealing.
Yeah, I don't think Devin versus Tank ends in knockout for Devin. No.
But were you arguing that wasn't a big fight because of that?
No.
Okay. Well, I kind of was going in and out with my own voice this morning, so I thought you was trying to present to Steve that these wasn't big fights due to the outcome of what the fight would be and what have you. Because I mean, like, guys got to get in there and fight no matter what style they bring to the table, whether they're not getting each other out. And as fans, we can't keep saying.
The argument was what fight would do better. So, like, if we consider in pay-per-view, which one you think sells more, Teo versus Tank or Teo versus Devin? Or Teo versus Ryan? He said Teo versus, everybody versus Tank. And he said Tank versus Ryan does better numbers than Tank versus Teo. I'm saying Tank versus Teo does better numbers than all of them because we believe Teo can knock out Tank and we believe Tank can knock out Teo. With the other guys, you crazy, man. You give me Ryan versus Teo, I'm picking Teo by stoppage.
I think Ryan is the least. I think Ryan, even though Ryan may have the name or the flash or whatever the hell he got, because he keep backing out of situations. I think Devin and Teo might be one and one, honestly, because the personalities, the shit talking, the build up for Devin and his confidence against Tank going in there and approaching it, that'll be a big build up. Teo might have it.
But you
slightly.
Ain't gonna pick Devin. You won't ever recommend nobody to pick Devin by knockout.
I don't need nobody. That's what I was telling you. I don't need to watch fights to see who gonna knock out. I watch fights to see who gonna win. So if Devin fitter, everybody say he got fitter fisted hands and all that, and all he could do is ping all night. I want to see if somebody can beat him and with the power, or stop him and knock him out with the power and keep him from being dominant with the style he presents. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm going to let you go anyway. We gave you like 80, 50 minutes to teach you about the topic. But the truth is that the element of fear has to be factored in. The public wants to fear that you can lose. And I bring up the Canelo Gennady thing again because they thought he can lose. They thought he was afraid of Gennady. But we got James, all around strong, DMV. What up, champ? I seen you doing them pads, man. I seen you doing the pads. Out here teaching and coaching, huh? Oh, shit, did he drop off? Damn, that sucks. I just went to you, champ. Uh-oh. All right, well, we're going to... Who is next? Looking like... JT, New Orleans, are you available? All right. Louisville Slugger, available.
Only time y'all see me in Rays is when I turn into the Bronze Mama. I want a body, and he gonna be the body.
The ambulance better be ready. The medical better be ready. The referee better be ready. They better have that towel to be able to throw it in.
SDS Promotion.
Was he right?
LV Slugger. Really, LV? This guy hits me with the let me play the intro.
Up, y'all hear me?
We hear you, champ.
Up,
Had me nervous. Man. You had me nervous. I thought you was MIA.
The mute be acting crazy, man. You know how the mute button be acting, but yeah, man, that Tank Rollie, I kind of enjoyed it, man. The little presser, the press conference. You know, I definitely seen how Rollie, you know, he got a lot of talking to do on the internet, but it seemed like when he right there in the man's face, he ain't really got too much to say. So, you know, I definitely peeped the energy. I'm not gonna say he's scared, but it's like he know where to take it. You know what I'm saying? He know not to take it there with a Tank. You know what I'm saying? I definitely noticed when they asked him, you know, get through the face off, you know, Tank flexed. And then instead of Rollie, you know, trying to flex, you know, while he was flexing on him, he waited till after he got done, then gonna try to flex. So it's definitely, I can see nervous energy as far as, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna say he's scared, but he know where to take it with Tank, you know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely looking forward to it. But on the ticket thing, you know what I'm saying? As a fan, I don't care about that. You know, I do want to see the best fight the best. I just feel like history just repeats itself, especially watching that Four Kings documentary and seeing Leonard say what he said about Hearns. When Hearns won the belt, they didn't go straight into the belt. Leonard was telling him, like, you know, he need to start building his name, you know, build his name to be a bigger, you know, draw in the sport so we can do the fight. And once Hearns established itself, you know, they made the fight. So, you know, this just history repeating itself, you know, so I ain't really too understand how the sport goes. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. And to hearing Stevenson. Yesterday I kind of enjoyed that as well. You know, when he touched the belt, it was born, but I like how Bo-Mac. It seemed like Bo-Mac with him having Stevenson in his camp, he know how to get under his skin. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely looking forward to that too as well, man. That's really all I got to say, man. SDS, shout out to SDS Promotion.
All right, LV. Shout out to LV Slugger calling in. We got Boxing Chief on the line. What up?
Hey, Nez, how's it been? It's been a while.
All good, brother.
So what's the subject today? I heard a few things that I took some notes on, but I don't want to stray off topic. What's the topic today?
Well, today we're discussing Tank telling Teofimo he's a bum and he needs to sell some tickets before they can consider anything. And then we're just discussing Tank versus Rollie. Leonard Ellerbe believes it will be fight of the year, and it's going to have shades of Hagler versus Hearns.
I don't really usually listen to or agree with Leonard Ellerbe, but there's an element of truth that could come to that, based off of the fact that with Hagler Hearns, Hagler was a better boxer than people remember prior to that stage of his career. If you go back and watch the second Willie Monroe fight, I believe it was, or the third one, the way he moved in and out, the way he knocked him out using combinations and the way he was on his toes, people usually forget that Hagler. But that all went out the window when Hearns hit him with the right hand. And whatever strategies these guys may have may go out the window when one hits the other one flush on the chin. Remember, we still haven't seen Tank with a solid puncher. And Rollie's record reflects one that should be a solid puncher. So let's weigh that and see how that sells out and everything. So there's some elements of truth to that. You and I have already talked about, I've talked on your show about the fact that Devin Haney can't even knock out featherweights that are past their prime. That doesn't mean he doesn't have skill, but power's just not there. Tank and Rollie, they're going to fight, obviously, but Mayweather would have picked this fight if he thought there was an element of loss for Davis. I mean, he's pretty much come out and said they're only going to do in-house fights, so they're not going to try and fight Haney and Lopez and Loma and Garcia. That's almost a direct quote from Floyd himself. So they have to fight something in-house. Rollie is what they have to offer. And if Rollie even had a chance to win, they just do mandatory contenders against guys you've never heard of that the WBA ranks. That's the business plan they've put out there that they've said themselves they're going to try and do. So that's not me hating. That's just the evidence of what they've even said and what they've put them in against. And the last caller talked about how Leonard made that comment of go out and make your name a little bit more for Tommy Hearns. The difference between that and Teofimo Lopez is Leonard was recognized as the champ. If I may finish real quick, Leonard was recognized as the champ. The champ at 135 is Lopez, not Davis. I rest my case.
All right, boxing chief, CYP, California.
Yo, what up? I think a lot of people are confused about what's entertainment and what's sports entertainment, right? Sports entertainment is different than entertainment. If you had a concert, can ticket sales matter 100% at a concert because it's not broadcast on television. Boxing events, it's more important that you buy the pay-per-view that you tune in to watch than buy tickets. As a boxer, it matters extremely because you want the most money possible. But as a fan, it don't matter if there's a lot of people in the stands or not. As long as you get to see it, that's where the money's going to be mostly made. So sometimes we confuse the two. If it's a concert, hell yeah, they want everybody to sell it out. They need that because that's the only revenue they're going to get. When it comes to boxing with multiple wins, multiple great wins, it's not that many. I'm going to tell you, Amir Khan got multiple big wins. Ain't nobody giving respect for it. But then Julio Cesar Chavez, in my opinion, only has 2, which is versus Roger Mayweather and Hector Camacho. The other fights, those dudes were only good because he either lost to them or he made them big. But they really weren't that great. If Harrison don't get no props for beating Charlo and then Charlo beating him again, then Milton Taylor shouldn't either for beating Chavez and then Chavez beating him in a rematch. Or was it Randa?
CYP.
I'm out of here.
Wait.
Yeah.
Who's your 2 big wins for Amir?
No. Who did Amir? Didn't Amir beat damn, I was just on his resume. But you go check it out. He damn sure got it. Matter of fact, Amir Khan, King Khan, there we go, right here. Especially at 140.
Don't say Barrera, man. Maybe Paulie.
No.
But remember, Paulie was weight drained. But
remember, he did beat Devin. He did beat Devin Alexander.
Okay.
He did beat Devin Alexander. He did beat what's my man name? He did beat Zab Judah. He did beat Marcus Maidana. That's 3 already, not even including Paulie.
No, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Alexander was the second person to beat Alexander, or was he the third? I don't know if we could give him Alexander. If he was the third, because I'm pretty sure Porter beat Alexander the second time. Wasn't it Porter to beat him the second time, or was it Porter to beat him the third time for the IBF title? But definitely Maidana is a good win. He beat him before Floyd. Devin, I don't even want to use Google to check his fucking box rap. Devin, that's an argument. I don't know. Maybe he's right on Devin. It all really depends on who beat him first, right? I know Bradley took his O, but who was the next one? Was it Porter, or was it Khan next? Hawk, Maryland.
Yo, Ness, what up?
What's good?
Okay, you can hear me. I couldn't hear you. All right, yeah, man. Nothing. Boss, ticket sales make all the difference, bro. Ticket sales make all the difference in the world. Sugar Ray Leonard proved it. Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, and to go down the other scale, Arturo Gotti. Not a great fighter. Not a good. Floyd showed him he was a bum. But let me tell you why the ticket sales make a difference. Ticket sales make a difference because the boxing fans, the audience, is what makes you a superstar. You like Terrence Crawford has been champion and been winning all this time. But Bob Arum will say, I have the best fighter in the world, but he don't sell no tickets. So ticket sales make all the difference in the world. That's what the networks are looking for. And I don't care what you do to get the attention to whether the fans, like with Floyd, most of the fans came to see him lose. But they came. They came to the fights, and they paid for the pay-per-view to see him lose, most of them. But he kept winning. Doesn't mean that the fans were there to see him win. They was paying to see him lose. Other fighters like Ray Leonard and all of them, Tyson, they had a mix. Ray Leonard had mostly people wanting to see him win. But Arturo Gotti, not a great fighter, but he sold. When his name came up, HBO picked him up. I mean, you have to sell the tickets, bro, because that was what the networks and everything are looking for to put your fight on with no problem. Like Teofimo has all these belts, but who is Teofimo to the average person on the street? And boxers got to pass over to that everybody love you deal. You can't just have boxer fans. Just boxer fans will not make a boxer rich. It's not going to happen. You have to be able to have something else that makes people buy your ticket so they can tell other people. You can't just be a boxer and be a superstar. There's plenty of undefeated fighters or plenty of fighters walking around with belts. Don't nobody care about their belts.
We going to New York City, and it ain't 50 Cent.
What he done to the boxing world to be number one in the junior weight division.
Crawford don't know shit. Peter Fire don't know shit. The master don't know shit. I know it. I know every step of God.
Maldonado.
Yo, you hear me?
Yes.
Yo, can you hear me? Hold on, let me take you off speaker. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Yo, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yo. Hello.
Brother, we hear you.
All right. Yo, before we get to Teofimo, let me touch on what CYP was talking about. Amir Khan does have a good resume, bro. Amir Khan beat Zab Judah worse than anybody. He actually beat Zab Judah before Danny did. Danny went life and death. And Amir Khan's win over Paulie Malignaggi is very good because the only two people that beat Paulie, the only two guys that beat, listen, no, he wasn't weight drain. He beat him at 140 after Ricky Hatton. Listen to me, man. Listen, let me talk. Cotto was the first one to beat Paulie, and then Ricky Hatton beat him, and then Khan beat him, and then eventually then Paulie moved up to 147, became a champion. I just want to correct CYP on what he said about Chavez. He's bugging. Chavez beat Camacho. He beat Meldrick Taylor, Randy, Frankie Randall, Roger Mayweather, Jose Luis Ramirez, John Duplessis, Rocky Lockridge, Edwin Rosario. Come on, I can go on and on with that one. Chavez beat a lot of people, bro. As far as Teofimo goes, once again, man, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world is being ducked. Nobody wants no smoke. I give props to Devin Haney because Devin Haney's the only one willing to step up to the challenge, even though he ain't go with Bob. But that's another story. But, man, listen. Teofimo is going to be a star. It's just that little situation with Cambrosas held his career back.
Bruh, how you saying nobody want to fight a man that's been busy for the last year?
Listen, Tank Davis don't want no smoke. The same way he's talking about Teofimo is the same way he was talking about Lomachenko, and Teofimo had to go in there and take care of everybody's dirty work. Nobody wanted no parts of that boy from the Ukraine. Nobody wanted no parts of that boy from the Ukraine. Until Teofimo from BK.
Yo, don't do
went in
that.
there and handled his business.
Don't do that. You say you a boxing fan. Devin was calling him out.
Devin was just talking, bro. I don't want to hear that, man. He was just talking like he's talking now, man. He ain't signed no contract, man.
Cool, man. Gary called him out. Devin called him
Gary
out.
Russell, all cap. Gary Russell got beat already by Lomachenko. Okay. He got wiped out by Lomachenko.
Okay, so that's the funny thing, right? He don't deserve a rematch. He's a champion.
Gary Russell ain't do nothing to get a rematch.
He's a champion, and he's been calling you out for the last 5 years. But don't cut me
Gary
off.
Russell
Don't cut me off. It's fine. So that's Gary called out Loma. Devin called out Loma. Who else was calling out Loma?
Not Tank.
Who else?
Not Tank. Not Tank.
I'm missing one more name. Was consistently calling him out, but yeah, man, it's a little different. You know, you can't say that no one's calling them out or anyone's ducking them when there's people calling you out trying to fight you. You know, same thing for Teo. People are trying to fight you. Cambosos is trying to fight you. Devin is trying to fight you.
And that's it. Josh Taylor don't even want no smoke. Josh Taylor keeps telling him, "Oh, you got Devin Haney problems." Whether you want to say Teofimo got Devin Haney problems or not,
that's true. I don't know if that's true. I think that you're misconstruing the message because the truth is Josh Taylor just doesn't want to do a catch weight, which is what Teo is asking for.
No, but this was before Teo had mentioned the catch weight situation.
Why he mentioning catch weights? Why he mentioning catch weights?
That's something he just came up with. But before that, before he mentioned that catch weight for 2 undisputeds, he was calling out Josh Taylor, and Josh Taylor told him, "You still got issues to handle with Devin Haney." Meanwhile, what big fights are out there for Josh Taylor? Crawford ain't gonna fight him. Crawford ain't gonna fight him.
But why you gotta call a dude that truly is undisputed a duck when he's telling the other guy who's lying about being undisputed to go undispute? You don't make any sense. How you gonna call Josh Taylor afraid? Doesn't want to fight Teo because he's telling Teo to stop lying to the public and go get that last belt? I gotta go, man. Your boxing logic is so weird. These Teo fans show their true colors. You're talking to a dude that's undisputed who did what your man ain't doing, but you want to call that one a duck, and the dude who don't want to undispute, he's not a duck. I mean, the logic is bananas in this motherfucker. We got Izzy in Oklahoma that says, Joe Kawasaki, Ness, all-time favorite fighter now. New York Bullet, Marquez beat Pacquiao, Baby Bull twice, and Casamayor. Marquez is in there, though. He definitely got more than 2 wins. I think there's more names you can mention than just the Baby Bull wins. But those were good fights, and I think one of them made it to pay-per-view, if not both. Unknown Rivera. I don't know who's that. Who's that? On Skype, if your name is Rivera, we're talking to you. If you feel like we've been waiting, or you've been waiting, we're talking to you. Hello. Unknown Rivera. All right, in the meantime, we'll go to JT. Are you available? All right. We got Texas Bulldog with a super chat, and he says in the new footage, Teo admits Devin holds the WBC. Yeah, and in the article that came out yesterday, top 25 under 25. Top 25 under 25. The ESPN article states that Devin is the third and only lone true belt holder that Teo doesn't have. So Teo's, his whole little lie bust in his face the minute this Kambosos fight actually got signed sealed, because once Eddie start putting all his promotional power behind it and emphasizing that it's WBA, WBO, and IBF belts, he's strategically leaving that off. So, the word is getting out. Then ESPN's all their Instagrams and stuff picked it up, and they're just calling them unified now these days, except for Maldonado from New York City. Unfortunate, he's in denial. We have Counterpunch, J-Mac.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not going. That dude been in denial and delusion. The caller with the Teo, he always calling and have some weird shit and making excuses. He a New Day fan and always calling with some dumb shit like Teo talking and what have you. So I'm not gonna respond to him. I called him for help when he said about Bud not selling tickets. That ain't never been a true statement. The problem is with promoters is they make excuses because they can't get fights and they're not getting the money they want to get out the big name. Bud ain't never had a problem selling tickets. Show ain't got one selling this fight he got coming up because they almost sold out, and he ain't never had a problem with selling tickets with Bob. What he had a problem was gaining the capital he wanted to gain for the fighter. So I mean, you got to come on here and state your facts correct. You can't just say and repeat shit that you heard or what you assume, because it ain't never been a problem with selling tickets for Crawford. That's why they still trying to sign him and keep him to top rank, but he had a problem with selling tickets from that. Shit makes no sense. As far as the big name, I think I heard CYP bring it up. Marcus McDonough he clearly beat one. I don't know if anybody mentioned it. He beat Victor Ortiz when Victor Ortiz was considered a top fighter. I think he also beat I don't know if he beat Devin. No, Devin beat him, and he also beat Adrian Broner after the what you call it? Because you could argue say he stopped the hype train in Adrian Broner. Did somebody bring up Marcus McDonough?
I mean, CYP brought him up as a guy that Khan beat. No one used him as a big name, other than CYP as a guy that Khan beat, giving Khan the big name.
But Khan and Marcus McDonough actually are both big names. You can't really dispute that. Like Khan beat some big names, Marcus beat some. They got a few other guys. Like if we sit here, we'll be here all day and then we
cut it. CYP counter.
Yo, for the dude who called in testing me on my Chavez, let me tell you something, man. I didn't study Chavez for years. The dude is overrated. He's full of shit. Rosario has 6 losses, 5 by KO. He lost all his big name fights. After he lost to Chavez, he fought 5 guys with the losing records. 5 guys with losing records just to get his goddamn confidence back. Think about that. 5 guys with losing records after you lose to Chavez, but you're a big name? No, homie. Every big fight that you fought in, you got knocked out in? Nah, homie. And then when we talking about my man, Frankie Randall. Frankie Randall ended his career like 2-13. Like 2-13. Was losing every fight. One time he lost like 8 fights in a row. Dude ended his whole career with 18 damn losses. If those dudes are big names, then a whole bunch of these fighters got multiple big names on their resume. Don't do that, my man. I study. CYP is back. I'm gone.
Let's see if Maldonado comes. That would be a fun thing because I know. I mean, Maldonado's not on the line, so he's probably not coming back. But he does know his history. We've never had anyone test his history. Ricky, Florida, what up?
Did we go over Mel resume yet?
Jamel, yeah, they tried to say he got 2 big names. What you got? What you about to argue?
Because I heard you earlier, you said we got to give him Lubin because Lubin's still a name.
Oh, champ!
And if we don't give him Lubin,
how you a big name? How you a big name? You ain't win a world title. You can't go off that cliff because then everybody.
It's plenty of big fighters that had big names before they won a title. Including Ryan Garcia got a name.
Nah, listen. I'm gonna give you the chance to prove yourself. Show me a big name that didn't win a world title.
Okay, give me Gabe Rosado. He beat Gabe Rosado.
He ain't a big name.
He's a journeyman now, champ. Come on.
Champ.
Come on now.
Champ, he's a journeyman who just got into gatekeeper status with the big win over the bully that no one even knows. Like, you call him the bully.
Ness, you've been on the Gabe train for years.
I know, but
come on now.
But you say
don't down on his heel, Ness.
Listen to me.
Give Mel his credit.
Listen to me. I've been on the Gabe train, and I'm still telling you he's not a big name. As much as I wanted Gabe to get Canelo fights and pay-per-views, has he ever gotten it?
No, but that's because he ended up his career went turning down.
As much as I love Gabe, has he ever won a world title?
No, but you gotta give Mel credit for Gabe at the time. We can't look at it in hindsight. At the time, that's a big fight.
Champ, you wildin'.
Mel wasn't supposed to win that fight, man.
Bruh, yo, you talking about a dude with an amateur record with a legendary coach at Ronnie at the time wasn't supposed to be the dude who don't got an amateur background and was working at fucking Home Depot.
Ness, he wasn't considered a puncher at the time. He wasn't considered a puncher. He was looked at as a boxer.
Yo, move on,
He was looked at as a boxer.
Move on. Just forget Gabe. Try another one. Who else you got? That's not a good one.
I like the Hatley win.
The what?
The Hatley win.
You call it Hatley? Charles Hatley is a big name to you?
At the time, man.
Yo, are you from Texas or from Florida? This dude's out here tripping, yo. I love it.
At the time, man, you got to give Mel his credit, man.
Yo,
you got to put Mel in that category.
I know what you're doing.
And I don't even like Mel, but you got to give him
what you're doing. Now I know what you're doing. I get your logic. He's trying to go all the way down the bottom so that when he starts saying the decent names, I might feel differently and be like, yeah, you're right. He a big name. Because you wildin'. He said Gabe Rosado and Charles Hatley, and that's why Jamel deserved.
You gotta put it in context, man. At the time, going into those fights, where would we ranking these fighters?
Bruh.
You gotta put that in perspective.
Bruh. Hatley
You gotta put Mel in that category. Mel is in that
Hatley was
category.
never a world champ. You acting like, yo, at the time he fought Hatley, they was unifying. No. The only reason you remember that fight is because they was mad street, man. They made that shit a street fight in before the fight, at the weigh-in, at the press conference. It was beef between the Charlos and Hatley team, and then he knocked Hatley smooth out. But how the heck? What has Hatley done? Other than
Okay, even if I give you that,
I need you to answer this. Who the fuck did Hatley beat? Now? Or then. No.
Okay,
no.
Even
now
if,
or
wait,
then.
let me say this. He ain't beat nobody. But at the time, going into the fight, he was looked at as a name. But let me say this. Tony Harrison definitely got a name in the sport and had a name in the sport before he took his first loss and he took that second loss. Tony was looked at as the guy. And he beat Mel and Mel came back and beat him. That's a name. You got to give him that.
I can't do this with you, man. You wildin'. He from Texas, originally moved to Florida like me. I love it. Cut it. Yo, he out here wildin' for respect, yo. Listen, y'all. Listen. We gonna keep it real simple, right? Because we don't got no criteria. We don't got no criteria, right? So we gonna keep it real simple. Like, to be considered a big name, at least have a world title. Or had one to be considered a big name. Let's just set some rules and boundaries. So like, and I ain't gonna close the door on your suggestion. You know what I mean? Maybe there are some fighters out there that have big names and never won the world title and deserve to be in this conversation. Because I don't know all boxing history. I ain't gonna, you know what I mean? Somebody could call in or type or something and tell us somebody that what, I'll be like, oh, that was a big name, and the story. But keeping it in context with your call, nah, man. Hatley ain't a big name, bro. I don't, honestly, you see how long I've been doing this. I'm here, you listening to me. I'm talking, going on many, many years now, and I don't even remember anybody Charles Hatley beat before or after. I know, because I follow him on Instagram, I know he just got a win for some sort of WBC, like, Intercontinental belt. But honestly, I don't know. I don't know anyone that he beat since. I don't know anyone that he beat before Jamel. And even though I know he just won this fight like a week ago, I don't know who the fuck that was. And it wasn't on TV, and it was just some local shit. You know, that he himself on Instagram said he got the call on, I think, on short notice. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, good one. That could be considered a big name. But then a guy like CYP might argue with you that Dillian White isn't a big name over here. You know, and that we consider him that because we're hardcore. So we know Dillian White as a hardcore American fan, but does the casual American fan know Dillian White the way that the casual UK fan knows Dillian White? But I will say that's a decent name that's never won a world title that could be thrown in this conversation as to, you know, a debatable person that never won a world title that could be considered a name amongst us in the sport. And that's the thing. You got to just think, like, look, they brought up Frankie Randall. I remember his fights, you know. Chavez, you remember these names. Like, I'm just saying, when you talk about Charles Hatley, like, are we going to remember Charles Hatley 10 years from now? I'm just saying, man, we got to, you know. But let me get to J-Mac Boomerang, courtesy of Jordan.
Yo.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, shout out to John too. John been looking out for me. Another thing somebody said. Oh, okay. I got my kids in the car. They kind of messing up my flow this morning. Now I will get my boomerang. Give it to CYP. I ain't got nothing else. Give it to CYP.
All right. We got ringer Dennis Tampa.
The fire's coming. Are you ready for the fire? We're firemen. We are firemen. Y vuelvo a nacer. Okay.
BoxingVoice.com.
Hey, wow, you what? Good morning, that's everybody out there. Stay safe. This is a great topic, and you put up a good defense for your point. I just enjoy hearing Macho Camacho's name because, you know, I have him as my avatar in Gmail because he was not only a boxing, my favorite boxer, but he was a friend. And addiction and got him, so God rest, let his soul rest in peace. But all of this conversation stemmed up and all these comparisons stemmed up from Tank saying, yo, Tio, go sell some tickets and then I'll talk to you or whatever. That's my understanding of what was the jump start of all this conversation. So let's think of, I look at it like this. Yeah, that's true, but they'll never, ever fight at 135. Tio ain't going to hang around 135 for a Tank fight, especially if he says, I'm going to fight Devin soon, right? And then what's he going to do? Fight Tank and stay at 135? So even if he says sell tickets, don't sell tickets, their history will never, and I think, will never be intertwined at 135. At some point, wouldn't it be nice, like my boy says, the boxing gods grant us this fight at 140. But in the meantime, all the stirring up and this lightweight 135, that's a mute point because they'll never, ever fight at 135. Thank you.
Alrighty then. Rule 504.
Hello?
Hello.
What's up? Am I coming in clear?
Yep.
All right, let me take a shot at this for Vladimir Klitschko. We have Nassim Rotman, who was a former champ. He beat Lennox Lewis. Wasn't Povetkin like a champ at one point? I forgot.
I mean. Look, I don't know boxing history. But
okay,
I gotta challenge you on the Rockman. I mean, you know, what's his other win other than the upset that he lost in the rematch, like Andy to AJ over Lennox?
That's all I have, but I got others. So Chris Bird, Peter Vander, and David Tua. Well, no, I went through the resume. I got others. You can chop them up if you want.
Well, I never said Vlad didn't belong. Remember, I never said that. So you're doing this for nothing. I agree that him and his brother got Chris Bird. He got. I checked Vitaly's just now before you, so I'm sure both of them got, because I said Vlad had Hay. You know, that's one.
Hey, I guess.
Nah, you can't guess. He was undisputed at Cruiser.
I guess. That's fine.
You got to keep that same Usyk energy, champ. I know who you are. Keep that same Usyk energy. He went up he undisputed Cruiser, and then he got a title at heavyweight versus Valuev. The big heavyweight.
That's fine, yeah. I'll put Ray Mercer on there as well. He sparked Tommy Morrison and got a title. Who else we got? Yeah, it's a solid resume. I can't argue with that. All right, man. Good show, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I don't know if anybody misheard. Maybe he misheard. I never doubted Vlad. I said I got to check Vitaly, and then quickly once I checked Vitaly, you know, he had Corey Sanders. What's that other dude that beat his brother too? Because he the one defended, like somebody beat his brother and he the one went back and beat him for him and shit. And then he had young Areola, you know. We giving Wilder credit for Areola now, and Andy got dropped by Areola now. So I don't doubt the Klitschko's, man. And hey, honestly, I don't know who he unified with. I watched the end of that unification, the Macronelli fight. I mean, the undisputed of his undisputed run. I watched the Macronelli fight, and I don't even know. I think he beat some legend, right? Like a UK dude, probably to get the other two titles, even though Macronelli is UK. So he still was undisputed, though. You know, cruiserweight division is what it's always been, man. It's never been the greatest. That's why I guess I'm a little reluctant with the Usyk shit, but I'm out here looking like I'm on an island all on my own now. He doing good out in these streets. My Jimbe Boomerang.
Ness, can you hear me?
We do.
All right. Yo, this game has gotten crazy, bro. I've been on BoxRec since I since I stopped talking to you. Yo,
who you found?
Crazy.
Who you found?
Fury, obviously.
Obviously, and that's Vlad and Wilder.
Yep.
And if you want, because of the durability of Chisora, even though he ain't win the world title, so I know anybody can choose the X amount, but Fury beat Chisora first than everyone in the world, meaning the whole boxing world is fought Chisora right now. So Fury beat him first. But I mean, I can see someone not giving him credit because he never was a world champion.
Yeah, but this is crazy. I think Keith, you could put Keith and Earl on there, even though it's the same wins. But they're good wins. I can't take those two wins away from those guys. And obviously Taylor, which somebody already mentioned.
Wait. So you're saying put Keith in the category? I mean, put Earl in the category because he beat Porter and Danny.
And Danny, yeah. And Keith as well.
I'm not going to argue that because he also beat Mikey. So either way, I think Earl is in that category of two good wins, especially Mikey at the time. Mikey was trying to run through the clique. If Mikey would have beat Earl, he would have created history. He would have ran through the whole clique. He would have ran through Big Bruh in Broner, Little Bruh in Robert Easter, and then they thought Earl was the dog, and obviously he proved it.
Yeah, and then like I said, somebody already said Taylor. But the other one, and I mean, you can debate it, but Valdez, I think Valdez has a case.
Because other than Trout, what's his biggest win?
I
need my I'm gonna need my Jeopardy soundbite for you dudes.
You heard Gradovich.
Ivani?
Yeah.
Man, stop it, bro.
That's a good.
Yo, I love this game, and I loved it. I'm doing this so long now. I don't need to know history because I live this history. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Where's my soundbite? That dude's biggest win is Billy Dibb, man. I was at that fight. That was 50 Cent's first SMS promotions, man.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
But even
though that was an upset win too. Let me tell you. I mean, I ain't saying he a bum. I'm just saying we can't give him. Like, you know, he got an upset win over Billy Dibb. Like, either of those two dudes to get the title and fight Valdez isn't a big win for Valdez. Those are tune-up. Not tune-ups, but like, you know, those are like a slight step above Yeardums. You know, those are not
right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, Gradovich, bro, he's like Truax. Dudes that ain't supposed to win world titles and won them.
Yeah, but he was a world champ.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, just like, you know, I'm explaining. He a world champ that wasn't supposed to be one, man.
I don't know. I thought that was a close one. I thought the Burchell win was a really good win, and then I was just trying to find another one.
You can't find another one because what I'm trying to say is you and I know Gradovich because we fucking degenerates of the sport, man. Say Gradovich 10 times right now in your job. Ain't nobody gonna know what you're talking about. They're gonna send you to the loony bin.
Yeah. You kidding me? Shit. Yeah, pretty much you and I are the only ones that really know Gradovich. That's it. I guess you're right. Bro, this game is crazy, bro. I haven't gotten no work done. I'm supposed to be working on a PowerPoint presentation.
Yes, good one, now. Intrigue. Timothy Bradley, definitely.
Yes.
He got multiple.
But see, this is the thing.
He got multiple.
Ness, this is the problem, though. We're going back in time. Try to find them now.
No, they don't exist. That's the purpose of this game. I said your favorite fighter ain't got two good wins. You out here capping for your favorite fighter, and I don't mean you, I mean in general. We out here, oh my, hell, he the best. No, the fuck he not. As much as y'all lie and see why people about to waste some of his boomerang on this, Canelo is the best fighter we ever seen outside of Mayweather, man. From these generations, hell yeah, bro. Look how many big names he got.
You got to put Ward in there too, though.
Yeah. I mean, Ward, yeah. Yeah, but it's like, this is what I'm saying about them damn tickets, man. You get forgotten. You get forgotten. You get forgotten. Like, Ward got big names in that super. You can't take none. He beat Froch. He beat Mikkel Kessler. Man, he beat Alan Green. Even though Alan Green won't be considered in this game, he won't be considered a big win. But Froch a big win. Kessler would be considered a big win because he was a world champ. Froch was a world champ. Then he went on to beat Sergey Kovalev, world champ, another big win. You know, Chad Dawson, another world champ, another big win. You know, Ward is in this game all day. But that's why people want Ward to fight Canelo. That's what I'm saying. You ain't never been on my level, man. And I'm talking about people saying Canelo's a duck and he ain't. Get the fuck out of here, man. Look at your favorite fighter. Let's play this game with Andre. What's his biggest win? Vanes Martirosyan?
Jesus Christ.
Vanes Martirosyan.
Yeah, probably.
And that's not considered a big win in these streets.
No.
Not even in the YouTube streets is Vanes Martirosyan a big win.
Fuck. Yeah, man. It's damn.
Let me get to CYP, man. I'll be back. Let me get to him and his boomerang, courtesy of Coach J-Mac.
I hear everything about Canelo. Canelo got a good resume. I mean, he is what he is, but I don't think he's better than Ward because Ward, the dudes he fought were in their prime when they were literally at their goddamn best. Sergey Kovalev beat him twice at his best. That's a different crusher. Beating Mikkel Kessler, you got to be kidding me. Even Arthur Abraham, he had 2 losses. Carl Froch, we already know how great he is. Chad Dawson was very, 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 very legit. Andre Ward to me is our next generation of Floyd, not Canelo. And Canelo with the computer roll, that shit matters because I don't think that I think the Kovalev win for Ward was bigger than the Triple G win for Canelo. Why? Because one, I thought he lost, but that's cool. He won, but it was a draw and a win versus a win and a knockout. To me, Kovalev at that time was bigger and more dominant at that time at his weight division in boxing than Triple G was at that time, beating the names that he was beating. We know Kovalev got some names. You know what I'm saying? Triple G don't really have none. But that's just me. And let's be real. Roger Mayweather got 5 losses. He had 5 losses when he fought Chavez. And if he wasn't Floyd's dad, we wouldn't even talk about him. Mildred Taylor got 1 big win. That's against Buddy McGurk. Let's stop it with the Chavez shit. If you really look him up, y'all going to be mad as hell. 80 of those dudes on his resume either had no bio, a losing record, or were on their debut. Who the hell on a 49th fights a guy who has like 20-something losses and no wins? Literally 0-22. Who does that 49 fights in? Please, leave me alone with this Chavez shit because some of y'all going to be upset, going home, crying. Leave me alone. I'm out of here.
All right. Let me see who this guy is. Jay Pears. You're new, man. You're new. Maybe you think this chat is like other chats, but this community, we know Carl Froch, bro. Froch beat my man Jermaine Taylor for that WBC. Froch beat Andre Durrell, and I promise you, well, no, it was not Durrell. Well, actually, he did beat Durrell, and then Durrell lost to Abraham. And honestly, back then I was way younger than I am now, obviously, but I felt like maybe Durrell faked it. And I hate to feel that way because now, in retrospect, we met Pritchard Cologne and everything that happened to him from a shot behind the head. But a lot of people thought Dre faked it, and by Dre I mean Durrell, not Ward. And I'm talking about when he got hit with the punch on his knees by Arthur Abraham. Because after that, he got out of boxing, he split from Al, he did mad crazy shit after that. So nobody, because he didn't want to fight Ward. He was supposed to fight Ward. He didn't want to fight Ward. And now, look, in retrospect, we all know what would have happened now, Even though Dre, and by Dre I mean Durrell, was considered nice back then. We see now in retrospect, one dude was just tougher and craftier. Ward was nasty. Can't argue with Ward, but, it's funny. That Ward gets all this love from y'all. Meanwhile, he was on a Euro tour. Ain't that what they call in Canelo? But they praise Ward. I mean, Ward's entire resume is based off a Euro tour. Mikkel Kessler is from Denmark. Carl Froch is from the UK. Sergey Kovalev is from Mother Russia. and those are his biggest wins. But Canelo is on the Bum of the Month tour. You heard me? You heard me? But I will give Frosh credit. Like I said, he beat some Americans. So that's what makes you not a Euro bum, is when you beat Americans. You know? Or, I guess, other people. Okay, Bad Girl TKO, he wasn't faking it to you? I thought he was faking it, man. Back then, though, that was a different immatureness. I matured very late. You know what I mean? I was immature for a long fucking time. So, I didn't feel that. I'm like, come on, man, get the fuck up. Because we all wanted that fight, man. We wanted him and Ward. That was what everybody, like, these dudes, Froch and Kessler, they got popular for getting in the tournament. Like, everyone wanted Ward versus Darrell. That was the whole reason. You know what I mean? Dan Goosen, rest in peace. He was the promoter of Ward, and Lou DiBella was the promoter of Jermaine Taylor and what's the other dude? Darrell. They had a split. They had co-promotion with Gary Shaw. Damn, it's so crazy. There's no more Gary Shaw. Bro, y'all don't even know. So many dudes just disappeared. That's so crazy. Let's see who's this. Is this Will Lynch? It's the only dude I know calls in anonymously.
Yo, what up, man? This is Bogue.
Bogue?
Yeah, it's Bogue.
Bogue, you got a block number.
Ness,
Talk to us.
Hey, Ness, man. I got to call you out on a couple of things that you contradicted yourself on, man. Because earlier a caller said, I think he was talking about Amir Khan having to win on Devin Alexander.
Yeah.
And you sat there and said, well, does Devin Alexander count because Devin Alexander had so many losses at the time?
No. I said specifically, who beat him second? Was that Porter or Khan? Because the first dude to take his O was Bradley. I was just asking. I never went to BoxRec. I just was questioning who got it first. And then I said to myself, if Khan did it third, meaning after Porter, you know, is it still considered a good win?
But here's my rebuttal to that, though. Manny took his 6th loss to Floyd Mayweather. Is that considered a good win for Floyd Mayweather?
And here's my rebuttal to that. Manny, unlike Devin Alexander, has gone on to win multiple championships, which is kind of the biggest criteria that we've made, because we playing the game today, we making the rules today, but we've definitely established that having the world title or being a former world champ, you know, can at least put you in the conversation for a good win. Now, Manny losing and winning world championship after world championship shows his caliber, unlike Devin, right?
But, I mean, I thought you was basing it off of, like, how many losses somebody had, but does it really count if this person got this many losses? Because we know legends that are in the Hall of Fame.
Because we gave credit to Maidana with multiple losses, but he's still considered a big name on people's resume because of who he beat and how he beat them. He beat Broner and Victor. So he's a big name on, you know, Floyd's name or Khan's name. You get it?
All right, well, maybe I misunderstood you, because if you were saying that, I was like, well, hold on, man. I can name multiple people with multiple losses that are in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, but the Hall of Fame and this game is a reality check. Your favorite fighter and a lot of others do not have two big names on their resume that they beat. They might have fought big names, but did they beat big names? That's this game.
And then another, just one more thing, Ness. I was, you know, you was talking about just now with the Andre Ward on the European tour, right? But Andre Ward entered a tournament. You can't really compare that with Canelo. Andre Ward was in a tournament with multiple names from around the world.
Tell the world why Andre got in the tournament.
Why he got in it? Well, I mean, honestly, you're trying to make a name for yourself. Nobody expected Andre Ward when he got in that tournament to win the tournament.
That's not true. He was the favorite to win the tournament, but why did he get in the tournament? What was
You
in the
saying he was
tournament?
favored to win that tournament?
Absolutely. Google it. But what was in the tournament to make him get in it? I'm going to answer for you because I gave you hella free time. The belts, champ. So, he ain't on the Bum of the Month tour because he going for the belts. The belts just happen to be in this tournament with European dudes. But he ain't on a European tour. I use the Bum of the Month. That's wrong. Y'all know that happens because of his word association, and you know that was part of boxing. I think what's his name, Joe Louis or somebody got that phrase, or Foreman, but that ain't what I meant. What I meant is he went on his Euro tour, but you trying to tell me it ain't a Euro tour because he got in the tournament to get the belts. Well, okay. Canelo's fighting Europeans who have the belts. Same difference, my friends. Y'all just won a live award. Kovalev is European. Alexander Brand was fucking European. You know what I'm saying? Paul Smith, European. They fought on BET. But y'all was okay with that because he made history. He put boxing on BET. Carl Froch, European. Arthur Abraham, European. Mikhail Kessler, European. But nah, it's Canelo. Canelo's a Euro hunter. You guys just fucking haters, man. The hate is like out of your pores. Line 6, what up?
Hey, what's up, Ness, man? Hey, I went back and listened to the show yesterday. That dude, he do speak amazing English. I mean, he gave Boots his love, but I don't like how he tried to say Virgil Ortiz is the biggest threat, man. Come on, man. You know damn well that's false. Then somebody else told me Sean Porter is thinking about bringing Boots into his training camp. First and foremost, Boots is the GOAT. You don't bring Boots to your training camp. He brings you. That's the fact of the matter. Sean Porter, I don't know who he think he is, but in there messing around with Boots, that boy gonna get hurt. Him and Crawford do not share the same type of style. They both switch hits, but Crawford does not fight like Boots. Nobody fights like Boots. And I know all you guys want to sit here and keep on doubting Boots. All you suckers is gonna bow when Boots takes over the boxing world. Shout out to SDS Promotions. That's my call.
Yo, they said you got an intro that I didn't play, man. Because this is the thing. This guy's making intros for everybody, and, you know, that's not how things used to work. So now it's like I got to remember all these random intros he's sending me. You know, people used to earn intros around here. This dude is buying votes. He on some Trump shit. Say yes to yes in your call and you get a free intro. Like, that's weirdness.
It don't matter who it is. If I get anybody hurt, they getting out of there. They not getting out that round or that fight.
Because I know for a fact that Boots could beat Crawford. I know for a fact that Boots could beat Spence. I know for a fact that Boots could beat Ugas, Pacquiao.
In your opinion, who is the best fighter at 147?
Me.
Everything Roy did, Boots do it better. Everything Mayweather did, he do it better.
SDS Promotions.
Lines. That was pretty decent. That was my first time hearing it. All right. Well, let's go out to some old school intros.
Hey, whole nother time zone. Jumped up from back with our mind on. Can't play when you here, get your life stole. If you bring it here, then the price grow. From jabbing and punching the line long. I drop a pigeon, let 9 go. We slap with the fake glass and white go. This only happens in Ohio.
Most of the show, it sounded like it was a good one, though. What's this game y'all playing? I want to chime in on that.
We're trying to figure out what fighters actually have 2 big wins. Not 2 big fights, 2 big wins. Like, for instance, Ward has...
I heard y'all talking about... Okay, I got it. I heard y'all talking about Julio, Cesar Chavez, and I agree with CYP. This shit is overrated. We got to take it to my favorite Mexican fighter, and that's my guy, Salvador Sanchez. Got 3 Hall of Famers on his resume, and he died when he was 23. He beat an undefeated Wilfredo Gomez and an undefeated Azuma Nelson and Danny Williams, and all those cats ended up going to the Hall of Fame. So that's my history lesson for y'all today. a little more up to date, would you say Chad Dawson? We talk about the war loss, but Chad beat Tarver. He beat Hopkins. He beat Thomas Adamek. He fucking beat Glenn Johnson. He had a nice little run there until he moved.
Yeah, he was a great fighter, man. I didn't think he was gonna lose the war like that. You know, a lot of us thought, I guess in retrospect, because you know I didn't think that at the time. But after he made the excuse, you know, he came down for that fight.
Yeah, he had a good resume too. Then I heard you say name some well-known fighters who never won a belt. I mean, when you say somebody like Mickey Ward, he got a movie made after him. He ain't never won no belt.
Yeah. But we said that already. We went through that. Like, you know, that's a C-level fighter though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he's a known name.
Yeah, but is he considered a big win, or is it just Mickey Ward, Arturo Gatti, and their slugfest? Like, is he considered a big win on your resume?
Let me ask you: after the Arturo Gatti fights in the Fame, if you beat him, would he be a big win? I think he would have been because of the name he had built.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna be real. That's not my era, but when I think of Mickey Ward, I think of, you know, taking an ass whooping.
Yeah, that's true. What's the guy that was heavyweight back in the day? They say he was like the hardest puncher in boxing history.
Oh,
they
the one.
He never won a belt.
Ike Biabuchi, something like that. I Biabuchi, son.
Not a Biabuchi, because he really only got that one big win against Tua. I'm talking about back in the day, Ali in them days. Wilder, they say Wilder remind them of, what the fuck is his name? Somebody in the chat has said, but he was fighting in the Ali era. They say the hardest puncher of all time. I can't think of his name, but he never won a title. But yeah, man, you got Salvador Sanchez, guys like Chad Dawson. You know, even Jermaine Taylor for real.
But listen to me. That's what hurt my Jimbe's feelings. Look how far back you gotta go. We talking about give me two big wins in this era or this generation. The last 20 years, man. Like it's tough. Only a few dudes in the last 20 been having it. Like, and we said it, you know, Khans, Bradleys, Canelos, Wards, things like that. Yeah. We mentioned all those dudes. You know, those dudes, they got it done. You know, we mentioned B-Hop. We mentioned those dudes. They got it done, but like, is this last 10, 15? Are they getting it done?
Who did what's my boy what's the other Mexican cat De La Hoya beat? The bad boy Mexicans.
Fernando Vargas.
He beat Yuri Boy Campus. That's a big win. Who was his other big win to blow him up like that so quick? I'm trying to think who else he probably beat.
None. I think it was losing.
Didn't he beat Winky?
Nah. Let me double check. I don't know. I don't think he beat Winky.
I want to say he beat Winky by like split decision.
Winky lost early. Let me see.
Yeah, he did. He beat him by majority decision. Yeah, he beat him by majority decision.
Mm-hmm. 1999. Sheesh. I was young.
That's a couple. But yeah, that's my call, man.
All right.
Yeah, that's a cool game though, man. We need to do some more shit like that. But that's my call.
All right. Let me get to some of these super chats, man. Yeah, it's an achievement, man. 2 big wins is an achievement. Like, you know, say what you want about Danny, but he got that Khan win. And now we already established Khan is a big name because of who he beat. So Danny's a big name because of beating Khan and Matisse. Matisse, man. You know? Which sucks, though, because your whole fucking... That shit got to motivate Danny, man. I feel like, you know, you get rich, or what they portray to us is like you get rich and you lose the love, man. Because, like, Danny... I feel like, yo, if I was Danny, I'd be looking in the mirror like, man, we got to go out here and do this one more time. Like, our legacy is 140. Like, because, you know, at 47, yeah, he could tell himself all he want. Like, yeah, I was a 2-time champ. But there's plenty of people out here that try to play him out for that. You know, they'd be like, oh, he fought for a vacant title versus Guerrero at 47. He never had a good win at 47 other than... you know, the Guerrero and the Malinagis. You know, he didn't beat the Porters. He didn't beat the Thurmans. He didn't beat the Earls. So if I'm Danny, man, I'm out here trying to get that Tony Harrison fight at 54. And that's another reason why I don't really know that Harrison is a big name, man. Like, how you a big name and you calling out welterweights? And that ain't happening to Earl. Mikey called Earl out. I don't really know welterweights calling anybody out of the lower division. Maybe back in the day with Pacquiao, but you know he's a different level. I'm just saying, you know, Harrison, like, how you a big name and you can't really get a fight? Like, where's his fights at? Like, you know, Harrison, that was an upset. He was the B-side. He had already lost to Willie Nelson, and then it's a controversial win. CYP himself thought he didn't win, right? I'm pretty sure that's what he thought. And then he bet that he was going to lose in the second one. And a lot of people felt that he didn't win, even though some of us, like me, who were boxers first or like boxers first, thought he did win. Nah, Salvador, I haven't heard of Ricardo Lopez Nava. Is he new, or are you giving me a history lesson? Because you know I'm garbage with the historia. But let's Google him. Google is your friend. And Coach Rivera, I see you there. You said that's a new account. Do you want to talk, or you just listening? And okay, that's the dude that fought Marco Antonio Barrera, maybe? Or am I wrong about that? Ricardo Lopez. Whoa, 51-0. Look at this guy. See, I need Maldonado to give us the history lesson. I don't know Ricardo Lopez. Only Ricardo. When you said Ricardo Lopez, I actually do I got the name wrong? What's the dude that Kendall Holt beat on ESPN? Is it Ricardo Torres then, or is it not Ricardo at all? All right. Well, looks like I got to get to these super chats. Let me see what I missed. We stopped at Texas Bulldog. We got Gil, Castle Hill Gil in New York City. What up? Says Salido. He got Juanma and Loma. That's true. Juanma was a big name. We was I wanted that fight for fucking Gamboa. That's what ruined Gamboa. They didn't give him that, and he started jumping out of divisions. Line 6, kind of punch.
Hey, Ness, man, hold on, dude. You said intros are earned and stuff. Yeah, I get that, man, but the fact of the matter is this. You know what I bring to this channel? I bring Boots propaganda to this channel. I'm preaching the word. I'm living the gospel of Boots. You should respect that. Boots put asses in seats and bring views to this channel, bro. Like, come on, Ness, man.
Dude,
I'm
doing
saying,
a live
Ness,
fight
man,
chat just for you. Like, I know nobody wants me to do a live fight chat with Delorme because, you know, really at this stage, like, you know, Delorme ain't going to present much of a test, but I'm doing it because I value you as a listener, so I'll be here so that me and you could call it live together.
This is the only thing I'm going to tell you, Ness. There's 3 things in life for certain. Taxes, death, and that Boots is going to be the greatest you've ever seen. Trust what I'm saying, my man. Hey, you have yourself a good weekend, bro, and I look forward to these fights. Oh, hold on, man. Hey, that Tank Rollie press conference, that dude Mayweather, man, that dude is the most self-centered chump I ever seen, bro. He's sitting there talking about himself. It's like, man.
And he don't notice
it.
Retire. He don't notice it. He don't notice it, man. It's
crazy.
Tank,
he's sitting there shaking his head, and so was his trainers. Like, Mayweather, bro, you left the sport. Go be a promoter. Get out of this. This is the fighters, man. So,
they gotta
I don't
help
know,
him
man.
with
That
the
dude just rubs me the wrong way.
Bro, they gotta help him
Yeah,
with
man,
the
he
speeches.
sounds like he's illiterate, dude. He sounds illiterate to me, man.
I ain't saying all that.
But
I ain't saying all that. I'm just saying even
I am.
Oscar was given a paper and And Oscar made mistakes. He would repeat the word tremendous over and over and over and just over again.
But Ness, hold on, man. But I'm saying though, man, he keeps saying, "Oh, I take my hat off to Leonard." No, you know who took your hat off? Jake Paul did. That's my call. I'm out. You know.
I got that. Yo, I think I got a counter punch. Oh no, that was old, right? Boom, 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 boom. Yep, that was old. Fuck, the counter punch ruined the train of thought, and then the super chat that came in. All right, we got Boston Jared. He says, Heard got Laura, Trout, Harrison. So Trout is one of my favorite fighters of all time. Y'all know that. I'm trying to get in Trout's gym. He in Houston right now. We trying to get up in there. He's one of the illest. But we need to set a rule. I'm not saying we going to set it on a 3-fight loss. But we do need to establish rules on how many losses can a fighter have before he's not considered a big win anymore. And what does a fighter need to do coming off of losses to get back in that big win category? Like Pacquiao obviously lost to many people, but then remained relevant by getting big wins, you know, over the likes of guys like Thurman and Matisse and other stuff like that. Because Trout, you know, Canelo beat him, then Laura beat him, then Jamal beat him, Jamal beat him, then Jamel beat him, then Heard beat him. So I'm just saying, and I still fuck with Trout because all them dudes is bigger than him, and Trout out here making 47 right now at this age. So, yes, on Heard's resume, Trout is a big name, but I'm biased. You hear my bias. Just saying. And he out here wilding with the Harrison. Everybody trying to throw Harrison as a big name. And Harrison going to end up cutting me off for this conversation. But y'all know y'all tripping, man. You got an upset win. Like, I need Harrison. Because, look, you know, it's like I can't say that. Who am I? I'm a no-times champion. In the real world. Fucking champion Border Wars. But I was about to say I need Harrison to go win a second world title like Pedraza, like Danny, like a lot of people. Because that first one was it could go down. Like somebody's gonna be a dickhead in the future talking about history, and they might label his championship win, which is no defense, as a fluke. And I'm not hating on Harrison or Charlo fans, but think about it. He beat Charlo as a B-side, loses to Charlo, doesn't defend, loses to a welterweight moving up. Just saying. I ain't out here trying to, you know, be mean or none of that craziness. It's just like, this is black and white. D-Nice 201, what up? What's that? Jersey City in the building. Papa Kids allowed at Border Wars. I want to come to Plant City and support, but I want to take my son with me. Keep up the great work, Papa. In the chat, it's a venue, you know. I mean, you buy a ticket for your kid, he's gonna sit next to you. So, yeah, you know, I'm gonna ask Doomy right now, as he's been the man hooking things up on Border Wars. Let me see, age limit for venue. Dad's asking to bring sons. All right, what we got? No new callers, man. Where my callers at? Where my callers at? Oh, I actually got a counterpunch from J-Mac. What up, J-Mac?
Yo, hey, CYP also sends another counterpunch. He can't chat it though. Okay. I used to call in about this guy from Omaha, Nebraska. He had already accomplished 3 weight classes, undisputed in one, and I used to be shut down. We allow fans, today fans, casual fans, to call in about a dude who ain't never did anything of recognition. See, I like Boots. I like the skill set he possessed. I like what he chose. He's not proven though. For anybody to be putting him up there on that pedestal, it's just pure delusion. I mean, the dude hasn't done anything in the sport yet, and we can't say, oh, who he fought or what you call it, because I know the fights will come, but to be putting him out there, it's just crazy, man. Like y'all in love with that flash. I'm not gonna compare him to Adrian Broner, but there was a once upon a time when Adrian Broner had that same little flash going on with him. Until you get in there with a guy that can in there make you think or make you have to adjust and all that, because Boots just beating guys off his skill and that he's better. And when I say skill, it's athleticism, his retread, his reflex, his twitch, and all that. He's bigger, faster than most of these guys he's fighting. Until we seen Jerron Boots in this with a guy in there that take shit away from him, make him have to adjust, make him have to think. I'm not gonna deem him pound for pound nothing, or just give him this pass saying, oh, he passed the eye test because he could whip everybody else ass that's average and he better than. If he that good, he gotta get in the ring with somebody that's gonna take something away from him, put him in a situation, show some adversity, and then we're gonna see how talented, how good he really is. These dudes borderline delusional, man. Boots ain't did shit in the sport to be getting this much praise or acting like he all this and all that. Hey, shout out to nothing. That's my counter punch.
Well, you know Boots coming for you, man. So here's line 6, counterpunch. Before you go though, line 6, I do want to say it's funny to hear a Crawford fan say that he doesn't believe in eye testing. He needs to see Boots do it versus somebody. Ain't that a fucking chuckle?
Hey, hold on. I'm getting to that. First off, call me delusional, call me crazy, put me in a mental asylum. I'm going to keep preaching this gospel. Win, 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 win. And as far as Crawford, what he did, the guys Crawford fought those lighter weight classes, it ain't like they were anybody important. Who did they go on to be? And the guy that Boots is about to fight, I believe Crawford fought him, so Boots is going to do him in a lot worse than Crawford did, first and foremost. Second off, he said he needs to get in the ring with somebody. He's calling people out, just like Spence was calling out Thurman. Eventually, they're going to have to fight him. Let's not say, because he hasn't been there with somebody you think deemed worthy, that he's not who I say he is. Boots is who I say he is, man. And if you want to sit here and go back and forth, we're going to keep this show going on till 10 o'clock at night. I'm going to get my... In fact, Ness, how much would it cost me to pay you so me and him can sit here for 10 minutes and just talk back and forth instead of doing this, he say something, I say something. I'll cover the cost for both of us. Because I want to hash this out. Or we can wait till live fight chat. I don't care. We're going to hash this out. We're going to change the whole landscape of the way we do this The Boxing Boys chat. It ain't going to be no hate, no crap talk, no personal jabs. I just want this man to understand Boots is that dude. Don't come on here. Oh, what else? He earned the right to be called the GOAT. If he don't never fight another person again.
Truth is, while I would love to charge you $5, per minute, y'all not gonna agree, and y'all gonna end up yelling.
But like, what has Crawford done? What I'm saying, what has Crawford done? I like Crawford. I think Crawford's a good fighter.
So that's the thing, right? You gonna say what has Crawford done, and there's actually accolades. When we ask what has Boots done, you really can't point to nothing just yet. He could at least point to something that you're gonna debate, but there's something to point there. I don't really want to give away his ammunition.
Let me ask you this, Ness. Right now, if you put Boots and Crawford in the ring, who do you have winning? Who do you have winning? I'm not going to be mad at you.
I ain't mad at you. That's your time, though, man. I would have answered if it would have been within that minute, man, but I couldn't. I got J-Mac. What up?
Yo, listen. We don't need to waste no money.
Oh, shit. Fucking Skype with its beautiful daily restarts. Ain't that a son of a gun? Right when it was getting good, but that's the thing. That is true. I'm pretty sure he was gonna say you don't need to go back and forth. You could just go to the back call. All you gotta do is create a Skype after the show. You will have unlimited J-Mac and try to waste time, convincing him of, said argument, if that works. But in the meantime, let me get to this super chat. We stopped at D Nice, and we got Carl Brown that says he beat Canelo, but they will say he didn't. Fail. He beat Canelo, but they will say he didn't. Fail. Carl Brown, what are we talking about here, champ? You got me so lost. I don't know what you're talking about. But looks like the heavy-handed Jay, shout out to JP in Long Beach. He says, Timothy Bradley resume is elite. Yeah, Timothy gets mad credit. Without BoxRec, he went to the UK and beat Junior Witter. You know, before Crawford did it with Ricky Burns, he did it with Junior Witter. So he won his belt, WBC belt, in fact, on foreign territory. And then Bradley beats undefeated Carlos Abreu. Then he beats undefeated Devin Alexander. Then, he beat undefeated Lamont Peterson. The kid's resume is insane. The problem with Bradley is that he's not Rollie. He was more Ward. And he never got the Floyd fight. Like, bro, we would interview Bradley and he would literally be like, man, Floyd ain't gonna fight me. Y'all know Floyd, you don't pick Floyd, Floyd picked you. And it's like, bro, like, yeah, we do know that. That's why you got to call him the fuck out. Like, even though it ain't work for Amir Khan. It never worked for Amir Khan. But at least Amir came close many times. He came close many, many times. And he always was in that, he was always in that conversation, which kept his name popping, He was always in that Mayweather-Pacquiao conversation, which is crazy, and he never got it. Lord have mercy. He still made hella money, yo. To never get them fights, this dude has a couple $7 million paydays out there, 6 and 7s. But, yeah, man, Bradley's resume is elite for sure. For sure. One of the best I know. One of the best I know. He's got Marquez on that resume too. He beat Marquez. We lost you, J-Mac. I don't know if you're available to come on back or if you just want to scrap it. All right, you're coming back. Go for it.
I'm back.
Go for it.
Man, I was just saying, it's delusional for us to really argue this topic. See, I don't want him to get it twisted. I do recognize Boots a talent, his a potential greatness and what have you, but when you start just putting him over guys who are already improving greatness, that's where the delusion comes. Somebody just was creating an argument for me pretty much. Bud went to welterweight and he didn't have nobody to want to fight him. It was across the street. It was this, it was that, and stuff. And we was getting stuck in the politics of the sport. And Boots is obviously doing the same thing. I'm actually wondering how can Boots get himself in a position to where he can move up. He don't have nobody backing him with the money. I don't know who he signed. I don't think he signed with Al Heyman to where they can put money behind him. But Al Heyman really ain't putting money behind you unless you Errol Spence or Wilder. Or maybe potentially Gervonta Davis. So I want Boots to get these fights. I do see his talent. I recognize it. But when dudes come on here saying boost this, boost that, I start scratching my head like, who you been in the ring with? How can dudes just put this out there and say he gonna beat dudes that's been proven to be pound for pound just because you want to win that argument? And if Bud get in there with him, I'll put any money on it that Bud stop Boots.
All right. Well, I'm gonna screen share the rankings because we talked about this the other day, and here are the welterweight rankings. Boots' easiest opportunity seems to be with the IBF. These rankings in the IBF haven't been updated since October 14th, which is a week ago. It's not bad. And he was ranked number 3 without the Delorme win. Okay, there you go. Uh-oh. My man want all the smoke. He said, how do I get in the back call? So just call now, Line 6 Reed. If you're on Skype, actually don't call. I'll just add you. I think it was like Ricky. Yeah, there you go, Ricky Reed. So now that's it. You're in there and you can... Shit, wrong one. Not just yet. Sorry for the total silence. Trying to be a good community member and add my good friend Line 6 to the back call. So you're being added. You need to accept that, and then you can chat with them all day, every day, whenever you want. Now, Jerron is number 7 in the Ring magazine, which means something. And he's number 3 in the IBF. And number 5 in the WBA. WBA is considered what benefits Al amongst hardcore boxing fans. So maybe Ennis doesn't really get a shot at anyone in that WBA because Al's got a trajectory with Ugas that he was trying to do with Spence, and that just got ruined with Stanonius. So Boots he's got roadblocks in the WBA. So he should go for the IBF, which is going after Earl, which Earl, he's going to have a mandatory. IBF hasn't called anything. And I see Boots needs at least another year to 18 months before he gets a title shot. He would need to fight Quadratrulo in an eliminator after he fought Delorme and hope that they threw him Jamal James, which would rank him number 1 in both IBF and WBA. After Jamal James fights Bataev, if he can even beat him. Because you heard Stanonius, he's saying he's picking Razvad or Razvahab. I don't know. I can't pronounce these Russians' names. Not trying to be disrespectful. It's just pronunciation ain't necessarily strong suit. We know that. No disrespect to your name, champ. But let me get to who is on the line. Looking like we got Ronald in Indiana. What up? Ronald? 219, you there? Going once, 2 times, we gone. Esteban, what up?
Good morning.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. It's a good conversation today.
Yes,
everybody talking about comparing boxers, and their greatness. But I think more people got to start appreciating boxers like Ernie Shavers. He didn't win no world title. A fighter by the name of Kevin Pompey. He didn't win no world title. I go back and I watch these fighters. For me, I'm just a border war boxer. I ain't done much. But all these guys talking like they must be Superman or something. The way they put these guys down who win world titles. It hurts my heart, honestly, because I give everything to boxing. And to think you could give it all and the fans still don't care. They still devalue you. And that's what I got to say today. Just appreciate all the boxers a little bit more, you guys. Peace and love from Oregon. This is Esteban, and I'm out.
All right, champ. All right. Good energy for the day. That's right. Listen, don't forget we're going live once again at 1:15 p.m. Eastern. And you're going to have to translate that to your respective time in whatever time zone you're in. But we're going to be doing a watch-along for the Jamel Herring WBO title defense versus Shakur Stevenson weigh-in today at 1 p.m. It starts, but they're going to be doing their normal stuff. So about 15 minutes later, we'll go live. Join me if you want. Then I'm going live again at 7 p.m. to do the Ryan Rozecki live fight chat, who's going to be taking on Oscar Rivas for the Bridgerweight title. First ever Bridgerweight title fight for the WBC. And amongst almost 500 votes, Tony Harrison is considered a big win for Charlo. So what can I say? The community has spoken. The community has spoken. Going to the super chats, looks like we stopped at Heavy-Handed Jay, who sparked a lot of conversation to Timothy Bradley. Seems like the back call might have missed all that Timothy Bradley talk, but we definitely praised his amazing resume. So shout out to JP. I know I got Intrigue in Atlanta on the line. Are you available?
I said this bitch on fire hotter than a throwaway. I need my money now. No extra days. Your time's up, coons ready. Ain't no other way. It ain't no other way. That's all I got. I say what I mean, do what I say. I pray my chopper bullets don't spray. If you cross, you better look both ways.
What up, what up, what up?
What up?
Yeah, man, the boots talk, I love it. You know what I mean? I was the one who was always screaming boots, you know what I mean? Bringing up, so I like to see Lions as representing for boots, but, I mean, he ain't no different than anybody that's coming up, you know what I mean? That he ain't gonna get, I'm really to the belief, I said it yesterday, that he not gonna fight none of the top welterweights. He ain't gonna get it. Earl gonna move up. Bud probably been moved up. I mean, he might fight Thurman. Thurman still, because Thurman say he gonna stay at 147. Porter say he gonna retire. So, I mean, he probably don't get none of the big names. He just gonna have to be fighting the dudes coming up from 140 and 135. But maybe he's just so great that he move up. He jump weight and fight at 154 and chase those guys because he big enough to do it. So, I mean, I don't think I don't think he's gonna get to fight none of them at welterweight. I just don't see it. I could be wrong, but I just don't see it. But what else y'all was talking about? The press conference still or what?
Nah, I mean, we was talking about Ellerbe saying that this was gonna be fight of the year, and that it's got shades of Hagler, Hearns, right? Did he say Hearns?
My goodness. Yeah, he said Hagler, Hearns. Why everybody say Hagler, Hearns? When they saying Spence and Bud, Hagler, Hearns, this and somebody else. They always saying Hagler, Hearns. I mean, it's just going to be a good fight. It ain't no fight of the year. I would think Porter and Bud had the potential, and Canelo and Plant, but more so Bud and Porter to be fight of the year. That's, I think the Rollie and Tank fight will probably be entertaining, though, because they both got knockout power. Both going to be swinging. Somebody going to sleep. So, yeah, it'll be entertaining, but it ain't going to be fight of the year, though. But, yeah, that's what's up, man. So you're doing a fight chat for Boots. That's what's up. And you're doing a fight chat for Shakur and Harry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what's up. So, I'll holler at you.
All right. Let's see. Oh, CYP. I mean, I didn't know you had a counterpunch, champ, because I didn't receive it. I see 2 for you, but all right. I'm assuming you were waiting.
Yeah. One of them was that boomerang was from J-Mac. But anyway, this is how I look at shit. If you dominate your division, you don't need big wins. I mean, big names, because you pretty much stayed in that division. That was your career. That is what it is. You only fight who jumps in your division, as i.e. Calzaghe, as i.e. Andre Ward, i.e. Bud, i.e. Charlo, i.e. Taylor. These dudes don't need a big dude to jump in or jump out their shit. If you stay right there and you whoop everybody ass there and you get those belts and they're not vacant, I don't think you need. All you need is that. That'll get you to the Hall of Fame. That'll put butts in the seat. That'll get you respect. Now, I'm gonna say something that some people that probably will get some ears to raise, and that's cool with me. I don't think Anthony Joshua has 2 big wins. I believe Vladimir is definitely a big win. After that, Andy Ruiz is a big win only because he beat you. That's it. If Andy Ruiz didn't beat you, he wouldn't be a big name. So you can't make a dude a big name because he beat you. Like, nah. And Andy Ruiz since then hasn't done nothing, and before then didn't do nothing. So sometimes you can lose and then go in the future and you can do great things and you become that big name on a man's resume. Sometimes you could be great right now and get your ass whooped in the future. You still a big name because your name carries with you wherever you go. But to say Charles Martin has, to say Dillian White as a prospect,
Hell no. Povetkin, Pulev? No. Not big names. Not big names.
All right. Thank you. Sony in the building says boxing carried Chavez. He lost to Whitaker. Shout out to CYP Stainless and the Bat Channel. Trevor Guapo. EJ about to have Thurman, Porter, Brooke, Garcia 2 times. He about to have Thurman, and then he already does, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. Yo, we forgot to say Brooke, man. When someone said Earl today, that's crazy. That Brooke win, we forgot, man. He beat fucking Porter. That Brooke win was super duper good. That was a big win. He got a pay-per-view with Gennady. Brooke was a name back then. You know, it's when Crawford fought him that he wasn't a name anymore. What evil laugh is better? LV Slugger says Hurd got 2 big wins. First to stop Trout, beat Laura. Again, I am rocking with you, LV, because I'm a Trout fan to this day. But I don't know that people giving Trout, I'm not saying you can't, because Trout is that dude. You know, he always fought bigger dudes than him. So, I'm not arguing with you. If nobody else arguing with you, he got it. Sony right back says, totally disagree. Kessler and Abraham just as favored as Ward. And man, let me see if we can pull up some Google. What year was that? Because Google, you know how Google is, man. It's keywords. It's not years, man. Andre Ward, we're going to have to do a phrase like Andre Ward favored to win Super 6. Let's see. Andre Ward to train Super 6. What comes out? Super 6 World Classic Wikipedia. Andre Ward dominates. Nope. Andre Ward outfoxes. Nope. Andre Ward joins Super 6. Looks to be... Look, see that? Bleacher Report. First thing we find, right? Andre Ward joins Super 6. Looks to be the last man standing. Come on, brothers. Let's keep seeing. And I'm not clicking. I'm just going headlines. Ward versus Abraham odds show Andre as heavy favorite. This is a headline. Andre Ward advances Super 6 finals. Let's see. Let's go. I'm going to go 10 pages deep. That didn't help. Let's go back 5 pages. All right. So we got Sports Digest. Ward wins on TKO I Super 6 bout. Okay. Andre Ward's second and third round technical knockout of Shelby Pudwill at Pachanga Resort. So this is before also. I mean, if we read that, it'd probably give us some info. This is 2009. Do we really want to go there? Do we really care? Do we really care? I don't know. But let me see what else. On any headlines, Andre Ward battles to keep record untarnished. 2011. I mean, I don't know. There's not a debate anyway. Let me go back to the super chat. How we get here? Just his favorite. Oh, the tournament. I don't know, man. I feel like Ward was favorite, man, to win that tournament. That I lived through that shit. I feel like he was favorite. I feel like that's what the journalists were talking about. That's what Showtime was talking about. And that's where that whole drama came with Darrell, because they were friends, and everyone was projecting them to be the two top. They were supposed to be. See, that's the thing. Froch wasn't supposed to beat Darrell, or rather Abraham, but both of them did it. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't supposed to happen. Not that it couldn't happen, but it wasn't really supposed to happen. Froch had no belt. Jermaine was the one with the WBC, I believe. I don't know if he got in the tournament. I don't know if Jermaine brought that belt, or was that fight with Froch right before the tournament. I'm not sure. It could have been the first fight of the tournament. Then they pulled Jermaine, I think for the brain bleed or something. I know he got knocked out by Frotch. But Majid, Ohio, what up? No Ohio?
Yo.
What up?
Everybody needs to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members and Patreon for something. I done got lost because I was getting out my car. Shit, that Rollie and Gervonta Davis, I don't think that it's gonna be a fight of the year. I think that Rollie gonna get fucking disqualified because that dude dirty as shit trying to do judo and black belt hip tosses and shit. So I think that I think that it's gonna be a forearm cut gash, like it's gonna be dirty in there. Gonna be entertaining. And then on the petty side, I realize I know what I think gonna happen now with Hearns and Shakur Stevens. Shakur gonna do him just like fucking Andre Ward did Chad Dawson. I'm happy somebody brought that shit up. But
All right. Got busy at work? All right. All right. I don't know. Something's up. I'm intrigued. Okay. Let's see what we got. Intrigue Atlanta Boomerang.
Yeah. Okay. I knew I forgot something on the Thurman credentials. So Thurman he got what, four major fights. You got Garcia, you got Porter, you got Pacquiao, and you gotta put the Ghost Guerrero on there. That was a big fight at the time. Just right now he ain't, but at the time he was coming off fighting Floyd.
I mean, I don't know that we need to put it. You know, you only need 2 to get in the category,
Oh,
but
okay.
I hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, yeah. I was just saying he got 3, but that was it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I think Porgy is on the line. In the meantime, I got Line 6 Reed with the super chat that says, shout out to SDS Promotions, hashtag SDS. Coach Rivera says, Danny Garcia has Robert Guerrero, Pali Malignaggi, Zab Judah, Eric Morales, Amir Khan, Lucas Matisse, Mauricio Herrera, Lamont Peterson. Not all champs, but good wins. Glove emoji. Brandon, the producer, says, SDS Community Outreach. Line 6 Reed and LV Slugger have earned SDS intros by being loyal, diehard fans to their favorite fighters. We want those at SDS Fire. Yeah, I mean, you know, these intros you're giving out, they going to be buying tickets for Show Kid? Because, you know, you need people cheering for Show Kid, man. You got to get that win, man. 3 losses in a row. It's like, how are you going to be talked about as a great win if you don't get a great win? You need to be like Manny and come back. December 11th, find out, can Show Kid get into the win column once again and earn position? We got Big Boy Paquete. I know I don't even say, is it Paquete? I don't even know, but I'm always going to say it like that because it sounds better. Because it sounds like you're saying Big Boy Package in English translates to. But Boots' resume is non-existent. This dude, a Boots man fan. Yo, gotta let him use his eye test, man. People did it for a while with other people, man. You know, let him use his eye test, man. You know, everybody got their eye test. We got Potato Chip. He says the only reason Crawford on the pound for pound list is because Floyd said it. Obvious emoji, obvious emoji, obvious emoji. All right. Well, let's go to Boston.
Yo, first of all, let me say, I don't pay Showtime to see you all there, not even putting a goddamn motherfucking effort. If I want to see 2 motherfuckers just fight, I pick up a fight with somebody in the street. Don't need that shit. You don't love that sport, my dude? Just move along. Gone. Fuck you. Next. What a great show. Thumbs up, donate. People. Mr. Gibbs.
What's happening?
Yo, we need line 6 to go once again and explain to everybody why Booth is the greatest of all time.
Because he seems to elude the fan base. Yo, shout out to Line 6, man. Shout out to Line 6. They say entertaining as fuck. Anyway, yo, Keith, what Keith doing? Talking shit? You know Keith ain't fighting nobody.
Who ain't fighting
Yo, Keith Thurman.
Well, that was
One
Intrigue.
time.
That was Intrigue said that, not me.
Oh, okay, just rumors out there. Rumor mill. Alright, I thought he was barking or something. And what's up with Arrow? Arrow got a miraculous recovery?
What you mean?
He got a fucked up body that was to fucking do a autopsy on Cat. And 6 months later, he's ready to fight.
I mean,
I hear crickets, huh? Crickets.
I just don't know what you want me to say. Like, if he's ready, he's
just
ready.
Tell me, Ned. Just tell me
He's
that
training.
he went to the miraculous. Tell me that he went to the miraculous waters.
What?
The Manny Pacquiao went to take a fucking swim on. Yeah, the Pacquiao waters. Tell me some shit like that, because this man come in 6 months, baby. I don't know about that. That type of injury should take a year, so expert says. But then again, the man got ejected from a car, like you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's roll with that shit. Tank is right, yo. Tank is certified, bona fide, baby. He's a star. I don't even know how anybody can even fucking dispute that. And if Theo doesn't show up the numbers, he's there by merit. So we cannot knock that shit out either. Am I right or wrong on that?
Mm-hmm.
So that fight must happen eventually. I think like the last caller say or the previous caller, he was talking that Rollie gonna get disqualified, baby. That's true. Rollie not gonna go there and just take that L.
Good. He gonna give Tank a rough ass, tough ass fight. Something these other dudes scared to do.
That's good for the sport. I really see Rollie get disqualified there. Listen, it would be for so-called rough tactics and so-called cheating to a degree. There will be no Trinidad. How many times Trinidad got fucking accused with fucking loaded gloves? How many low blows fucking Trinidad gave to the opponent when he needed the most? And it's part of the sport, baby. It's part of the sport. So I don't know. I think Tank gonna fuck him up, but Rollie gonna give a good account for himself. He ain't going there to lay down. That's for sure. Like TVV, we're not here to lay down. Shout out to the UK, to the USA, the world. I'm outie.
Yo, Nest GTO, I got to everybody, I believe. Doubt anyone has any counters. I think we got to everybody. Nest GTO, Instagram, Twitter. Catch us on the next one. 1:15 p.m. Let's check this weigh-in out. And yeah, man, let's enjoy this weigh-in. Hopefully we get some fire. I think we'll get something. I don't know that they'll cross the line because, you know, Shakur's still smiling. It's all still, they both smiled. But we rather watch it than not watch it in case something does happen. So 1:15, watch along. Weigh in then, 7 p.m. Rivas Rozecki. You got a super chat? Line 6, let me double check. I'm refreshing the page. Sorry, brother. Sorry. No, I ain't mean that. Line 6 says, proud to be a Boots man. Hashtag long live Boots. All right, well, there you go. Proud to be a Boots man. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on this button on this show. Future, present, past. It helps with the visibility. 1:15. Peace.